second. We need her alive.
Target down.
Zakayev will unleash this hell everywhere from New York to Joburg if we can't stop him here.
Clear and hold that LZ strike team. Multiple enemies on approach. Weapons free on all fronts.
So what you just saw there was just a little snippet of that story mission intro. And what's really exciting again about this opportunity across the open world is, like Kevin was saying, is we want to bring that story to the forefront. These story missions have handlers from the Modern Warfare world, from the Black Ops world, Cold War world that you might see. Some new friends along the way as well. And they're going to help you on this story and these missions that take you across the big map. Lots of different activities and cool things to do. Awesome cinematics and well. And again, the whole point of this is that if you're new to being a zombies player, we want you to experience that story. We want you to get into it. But if you're seasoned and you just want to jump in and kill some zombies, you can free roam and do that and then jump to the story later. We really have embraced that open world sort of feeling across this, and that's really the exciting thing is it kind of pick your poison, that player pacing in that sense.
Modern Warfare 3 is about options.
Absolutely.
Yeah, it's becoming more and more prevalent to me as I'm you guys talk about this like throughout the day. Super awesome and great to see that like the player choice is very prevalent, right? But you know what, zombies sometimes it's really it runs side by side, parallel to Call of Duty and its incredible legacy. But there are still players that are going to be new to this, that are coming into this with a fresh set of eyes for the first time ever. What's in store for them? Because, you know, this could be a little jarring, right? There's a lot of stuff going on over here.
Absolutely. So zombies can be pretty intimidating. And we know that there might be a lot of players who might only play Modern Warfare, or DMZ, or Warzone. So we've built this mode to make sure that they can have success and have fun and also support our veteran audience. So,
and on a brand new
map. And we'll talk about that more later. But here, for this mode, we've broken it down into 3 tiers of difficulty. So you're going to infill on the outer edges, and this is kind of like lower level difficulty. And new players can really hang out here for the duration of a match and have a great time. But our advanced players are going to want to try to get into that center of that map as soon as possible. That's where Zakayev threw that vial and started this entire incursion.
What an arm on him!
Yeah,
I gotta say.
He yeeted the vial. Now we have a hot zone.
Yep. And now
My God.
Pay for it. Let's look at the flip side of that one, though, right? Because we talked about the new players, how we get those folks into the game and have them playing something outside of their comfort zone. But one thing that we know is that there are core zombies fans that love this experience, live and breathe it. So what do you have for them?
Yeah, absolutely. When you talk about that fusion, and like Kevin said, the experimentation was, well, how do you bring all those core zombie Treyarch features into this new world? And we've done just that. You can see we've got the mystery box. We've got wall buys. We've got the pack-a-punch, the pack machine. All of these things are spread out across this ginormous map. And as you go in, it's up to you. Where do you want to buy them? How do you want to accumulate your arsenal and your loadout? How do you want to tackle this world? But those zombies features are super key to making this feel fresh and really an evolution of that sort of open world feel as you get more powerful. And again, it's fused with the Modern Warfare DMZ feeling as well as buy stations as well. Using the score streaks.
That you recognize if from experiences in other modes.
100%, which you may not have had in other zombies. So that's where you really have married them together in interesting ways. But
it's awesome.
The most important core feature, of course.
It's a sweet new feature, folks.
What?
You can't find this in the map. I wish you could. Yeah. It's actually delicious, though.
Yeah, it's here at Call of Duty Next. It has some awesome features. It's got a UV light. It's
outrageous.
I may or may not have taken a box of those.
Oh, yeah, I've stolen this.
I mean, a crate.
Mic off.
Single box. I'm talking a single crate. What came off the truck? Do you know?
Wow. And shout out to Off Limits Cereal for making this with the box bespoke for Modern Warfare 3 Zombies, and it's a woman-owned business, which is dope.
Awesome.
And it goes in the dark.
Bang.
Yeah. So I would be remiss to not hit on one of the really core features for our Zombies players. And that's the Wonder Weapon, guys.
Yes.
I need to know.
Yeah, so of course we have a Wonder Weapon, and it has been custom made again for this open world experience. It is the Scorcher.
Oh my word.
I'm gonna let you just look at that first raise. Yes. It's absolutely amazing. So the Scorcher again is built for demolishing the highest density of zombies
like 10
you've ever
targets.
seen.
The hordes.
Oh yes, the
We're gonna melt hordes.
Absolutely. And then on top of that, it's got an alt fire that launches you into the air so that you can use it to engage. If you want to jump into a horde, if you want to get away from the horde of zombies, if you want to jump on a building or over a building, like it's really.
Wait, so you can like rocket jump
Oh,
with it, is
yeah,
that?
absolutely. It's once you get into like basically the flow state of using it and it's in your arsenal.
There's no limit.
Chef's kiss.
Okay,
Chef's kiss.
chef's
Wonder
kiss,
weapon.
you're like, I'm a
Scorcher. Yeah, it's absolutely fantastic.
And part of what makes zombies so special, especially with this new open world field, is the replayability. Is this? It's not a one and done game mode. So how is Modern Warfare 3 Zombies gonna push that forward and take the next step in terms of what keeps players coming back for more every time?
Yeah, so this is a really kind of replayable mode. It's an extraction exfil mode, right? So you're trying to get deeper and deeper into the map, and at first you're not going to be that successful. You're going to have to play a lot over and over, gain mastery, try to take things out, make sure you successfully exfil so you can come back in the next time with hit the ground running with the right stuff.
Yeah. And when you talked to me, we mentioned it
someone
before.
can
We
spot.
saw
I gotta put your
Zakaev
win some
beat the
DMs up.
vial in the cinematic. That has created
the ground
the
running with the right
incursions on
stuff,
that super
Sahar.
hot area we saw a little bit of on the TAC map. Can you talk to me about how the storm will play into the map, what that vial did, and what the gameplay repercussions are going to be for the player there?
Yeah, so the Dark Aethers. So it will always be there in the map. It's going to dictate this time limit. At 45 minutes, it's going to start growing and completely consuming the map, and that's where you need to get out.
Yeah.
And a lot of zombies.
And it gets really, intense.
So it's a total 1 hour
Session.
limit. Yeah,
Yeah.
1 hour session. Again, those 24 players.
It goes to getting in, again, player pacing. You want to stay on the outer edges. It's awesome. You want to challenge yourself, go into medium and high threat. But the Ether Storm waits for no one. And it will come, and it will make the zombies harder.
Yeah.
And that's part of the challenge and fun is, are we going into the storm to cleanse it?
Yeah.
Are we avoiding it?
What are we gonna
Are we
find
getting
in
the hell
there?
out of Dodge?
What's the exfil
What
plan?
are we
Yeah.
doing here?
What are we doing here?
Is really where you get into a lot of fun.
And really too, when you think about that heat map for zombies, part of that is going to be a lot of players will be spending a lot of time on the outer edges of the map or in the yellow, gearing up, getting that loot, collecting the right things that we need to have a successful infill. But one of the most exciting things about that is how weapons will carry over from match to match.
Yeah, so if you're familiar with DMZ, we have contraband weapons, so everything you're finding in the match you can take out and bring it with you.
Item persistence.
Yes,
Yeah.
we have
Yeah,
insurance
okay.
slots, but we've really taken that to the next level with all the zombies upgrades. So, in the past you've had to do all that just in game, you lose it. Now, all of those things have been formed into a consumable version called acquisition. So things like Pack-a-Punch, weapon rarity, ammo mods, wonder weapons. Things you can find in the match, and you can decide to use them then, or you can take them out and just start the next. Load up, pack a punch,
hot.
drink 4 perks immediately, and now you're good to go. Like you're going all the way into the high threat.
Straight into the red
that's
zone, juiced up on perks, right?
Yeah.
Already got your
Quite a
weapon.
difference, right?
Oh,
yeah.
But what was the, I guess, like inspiration? Was it just, hey, let's just try something creative, different, fun, do what Zombies has always done and push the bar?
Yeah, just like introducing this different kind of pressure with the time limit, but then now giving players this additional ability to bring things in is huge.
Yeah, it's
sure.
it's part of that. How do you use new players and seasons players, right? It kind of relates to rounds if you're familiar from that. Is like when you get into the higher zones and you have more of that arsenal. That's for those seasons
They're gonna
players.
feel it.
They're gonna feel it and they're gonna want that challenge. Well, you know what? There's a big challenge there, so you better be loaded up on a bunch of stuff coming in to really succeed.
All right, we're getting into the lightning round here. Finally, Miles, I asked you before. You said that Zombies is all about discovery, and it is. We know those secrets, those Easter eggs are out there lurking in the world. But of all the secrets, again, I'm going to pressure you.
You're going back to the well here, Steph.
What can you tell us? What should we be looking out for?
I can't get into all of the secrets. I want to, but the team would kill me. There's a lot in there. But
We want people to find them.
we do want them to find it, but we have, again, taken advantage of this map. There's a lot there on day one for Discover. We love watching the community find these things. That is part of the fun. So we don't want to spoil any of it, but there's a lot in there, and we're already planning some fun stuff to come later as well.
Well, look,
more coming.
you're not getting it out of
Well,
us.
you know what? Steph might be trying to dig deep. I will never do that. Ever in a million years. But what can you guys tell me about the monsters? What do you tell us about all the monsters that we have coming up here? Because there seems like there's some wild ones that are going to be available for players to fight against.
We have a full gambit. It starts with just our zombies. We have more zombies than we've ever seen before in one space. They completely fill up this map. Anywhere you go, there's going to be danger. But then we have all of our other awesome enemies. So Hellhound, our Mimic, who can disguise himself as a cache in the map, so you have to be careful. The Disciple, he buffs...
that was me this morning.
Just waking
Free
up.
coffee.
buffing zombies and life draining. The Mangler with his cannon and ranged attacks. So just all sorts of threats. But the Mega Abomination, he's about 3 times bigger than we last saw him. He's
Yeah, 'cause he needed to be bigger.
Yeah, he's now grown some crawlers under his stomach.
Oh,
and
fun.
The dingle dangles.
He can't fit in buildings anymore. He's so big. So he needs those guys to
But he'll
go
still
inside.
get you in the
Oh,
buildings.
this is when you talk about like that opportunity of open world is, okay, you think you're going to be safe, I'm going to run inside. No, absolutely not. The Abomination will send in these little creatures and they will try to explode and flush you out. So really, it's, do you want to die by the lasers outside or do you want to die by these zombie explosions? Again, it's up to you.
Your choice.
It's your choice.
Choose your own adventure.
That's right.
But perhaps more terrifying than monsters even for the first time. There are
right.
humans
Yes.
in zombies as well.
The real enemies all along.
So this enemy PMC group
Yeah, absolutely.
is in the world.
That's another, again, important to the story when you go back to Sakayev and this Terminus Outcomes PMC group. They're his muscle that he's hired. They found that Ethereum. They want more in true sort of bad guy fashion. And they are across the map. So for the first time, you're going to be able to, if you want, fight these AI. There's a gameplay loop tied to them where there's a progression on that side. And you can run into them. You can avoid them if you want. If you just want to chill out and shoot zombies all day, that's great. You want to mix it, that's cool. Or the coolest thing is to take a horde of zombies. And Kevin loves to say it's like a hornet's nest, which it is you shoot a few, you get a big horde of them.
They're upset.
And you basically train them right into the human
that's
AI.
cool.
And,
Okay.
and it's basically the zombies are third-partying.
Yes.
Right?
Yeah.
Which is awesome. So we're 100% team zombies. And you just kind of sneak by as they're causing all the carnage so you can loot, get what you need, and get out. But it's really just... I can't express the moment when you unleash your own zombie horde on the human AI. It's really satisfying.
Yeah.
Awesome. I can't wait. Well, you guys saw it after the Zombies trailer earlier, but in a couple of minutes, Lottie's going to give you all the details on the Soul Harvester weapon blueprint. Stay tuned. That thing is absolutely absurd. It's 100% something that you're going to want to see in Zombies day one. But I have some other news. We got a little taste of that big map that you guys keep talking about. I am excited to announce that the big map you saw here teased in Modern Warfare Zombies was actually your very first look at the brand new map coming to Warzone. We're deep diving into Battle Royale.
Ooh, it's going to be
tuned.
Awesome stuff. Firstly, Kevin, Miles, I want to thank you guys so much for your time. Your passion is infectious. Your love for this is truly inspirational, and I'm excited to try it out.
I wish we could stay and talk about it.
Yes.
I think
We
we
didn't
could.
draw your self-portrait.
Kevin
drew some lovely Zombies artwork
I
today.
think we could talk about this all
We'll be
day.
debuting later.
It's going to be awesome. I'm sure everyone's so
Thanks for
excited to
having us.
jump into Zombies. And thank you guys so much for sharing that love for this. And that, of course, wraps up our Modern Warfare Zombies portion of this show here. But next up, it's Warzone with live Warzone gameplay and new map details are going to be coming your way. But first, a quick word from our sponsors.
Call of Duty Next, brought to you by HyperX, the official peripheral partner of Call of Duty. We're all gamers. TCL, play like a pro on the big screen with TCL Q-Class QLED TVs, up to 98 inches. Movement, the official timekeeper of Modern Warfare 3. Go to mvmt.com/COD to see the limited edition Watch collab. Backbone, level up your play with Backbone and Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. And Lovesack. Lovesack Stealth Tech is a proud partner of Call of Duty Next, bringing unparalleled immersive surround sound to your at-home gaming experience. Ladies and gentlemen, mesdames, messieurs, welcome back to Call of Duty Next. Zombies! Where do we start? Oh my god! I mean, it's what? We've got the spiritual successor to Outbreak from Cold War. We've got everything we know and love about zombies, and a big old look at what they called the big map. Did you notice at home when you saw that screen grab? Oh, that's a big map. That's the sort of map I could see 100-something players jumping into and fighting into the very last man or woman standing. Guys, zombies, let's get into it. That's the ray gun on desk right now. Obviously, it's very, very appropriate. It looks sick. It looks fun. I mean, I cannot wait, frankly.
I think the big thing is that it's almost like a gateway for others who have never played zombies before. It's Warzone type of style. You have also ether, waves of ether coming in that make your life a lot harder. As if zombies wasn't hard enough. But just, there is something for everybody in this zombies game. It's so fun. I actually, could see a couple of the pro players in the CDL reacting to zombies and being like, hold on a second, are we gonna play?
Our good buddy Simp is already tweeting about it, saying zombies look sick. It does look sick, Simp. You're absolutely right. But Ali, I mean, this is like, we're gonna pull up as a squad, we're gonna have our own whip, all of our skins are involved, we can enjoy the cinematic story moments, and then we can get absolutely into the action and play around with the zombies.
Absolutely, Miles. I know that you're gonna be on the outskirts for a hot minute. Don't worry. Don't worry. Yeah, don't worry. Me and Ant will take all of the really difficult hordes as we head towards the center. It kind of gives me, because I played a lot of Outbreak, so I am kind of curious as to, like, they talk about the 3 different levels. Like, how serious are we talking about between those levels?
Cap,
you know what I'm saying? So I'm really excited to jump in.
Well, what I found like really interesting was the way that you can exfil with weapons to bring them back later on, right? Because like we can have strategies like you can get all the perks, I'll get a crazy weapon, Ali gets another crazy weapon, and then we come back in and instantly go to the hot zone. So zombies looks amazing, man, and those monsters were terrifying. We heard the devs so passionate talking about how insane the zombies are going to be in this game, and that's what I get most excited about. I just want to see that whole horde come towards
zombies
me. I want to have that crazy scorcher, light them all up, and get to the action right away. But they have those layers for everybody. If you're new to zombies, you can just stay on the outside, loot up, and take your time. So a bunch of different elements to this year's zombies, and I'm super excited to get in there.
Certainly are tons of elements to be excited for, and we're also so excited to announce the Soul Harvester Tracer Weapon Blueprint for the Modern Warfare 3 Vault Edition. This gun is stunning. It will be available starting October 17th in Modern Warfare 2 and Warzone to anyone who pre-orders the Vault Edition, and comes to Modern Warfare 3 on launch day, November 10th, folks. Make sure that's in your calendars. You're going to want to run this blueprint, I promise you, when the Haunting launches, because in addition to the tracers and custom death effects, it will help you collect souls faster in a special upcoming event. Stay tuned. And you can turn those souls in for rewards as well. So when Modern Warfare launches, the blueprint is going to come with the dead wire ammo mod that lets you electrify undead hordes.
You mean to tell me there is an actual weapon that can fetch me their souls? I just wanted to get it out on broadcast. Sorry, guys.
Didn't he?
Plenty though. Still coming up later today. CodNext doesn't finish just yet. We've got a day of Call of Duty action ahead of us, ladies and gentlemen. Immediately following Next, we will be Code Bowl 4, presented by USAA. Join the top Call of Duty streamers and military esports teams as they compete for the coveted Code Bowl trophy, which has actually been in space, funny enough. 100% of the net proceeds from today's tournament will go toward placing more veterans into high-quality jobs. Now, we have a lot of Call of Duty fans. We've actually got a short message from someone who wants to say a very, very quick hello to all of you.
Favela,
¿Qué rollo plebada? Pura Modern Warfare 3 y pura WP. Se viene algo chingón.
Ska de göra en karaktär med pest och blod också?
Thank you very much.
Okay.
Thank you ever so much. I mean, pretty cool actually, isn't it? I love how many people are so interested, obviously, in Modern Warfare 3. I mean, who wouldn't be?
And with a tease of something to come. Lloyd, what's that all about, mate?
Well, I'll tell you what, right now, welcome to the TCL Power Hour. During this next hour, we will have our streamers try to complete a series of challenges while in the middle of Battle Royale. Now, there are 9 challenges, and with them come 9 opportunities for you, the viewer, to have a chance to win a 65-inch TCL TV. Now, look at these, okay? We need to talk quickly about how these potentially might go down. Did you catch a glimpse of any of those challenges? What are we thinking?
Yeah. I instantly saw the one where you have to get, I think, like a double elimination with a drivable train.
Oh, what? Yeah, wait.
A drivable train?
One more time so the people out there.
You have to get a double elimination with a drivable.
What is that?
Hold on.
It's a train you could drive, guys. More on that later. But we did this last year. It's a lot of fun. So when our streamers are involved in that big old game of Warzone, we're going to be keeping an eye on these challenges. And if we do manage to complete that bingo card of Mania, you might have a chance to win television. Very exciting stuff.
Yes, and during this next hour to enter for a chance to win, you need to submit a tweet using the hashtags #CodNext and #TCLXCOD sweepstakes. For each challenge completed by our streamers during the TCL Power Hour, a winner will be randomly selected from all eligible entries received for a total of up to 9 winners, folks. We'll be keeping you guys updated on completed challenges as we see them come in, but we also do ask that you help us out as well. So take a screenshot of a challenge being completed and tweet them to #CodNext and #TCLXCOD sweepstakes.
Well, with that, very, very excited. But with that, our time has come. We're now going to hear a quick word from our sponsors, and then it's back over to Golden Boy and Stephanie at the desk with a very, very special guest, Raven. And then it's time for Warzone. Don't go too far. Call of Duty Next, brought to you by Little Caesars, a proud partner of Call of Duty Next and Modern Warfare 3. NVIDIA GeForce. Level up your Modern Warfare 3 PC experience with performance multiplying DLSS 3 and latency reducing reflex. Herman Miller Embody gaming chairs are being used at today's event. Check out Herman Miller Gaming's entire portfolio of products at hermanmiller.com/gaming. And Elgato, a proud partner of Call of Duty Next.
Welcome back, everyone, to Call of Duty Next, and it's now time to talk about something I know all of you people at home are excited to talk about. It's Warzone, and what we should all expect in the next chapter as we go into Modern Warfare 3. At the desk, we're now joined by Ted Timmons. He's the Senior Creative Director at Raven Software. Ted, it is a pleasure to have you here, my friend. How you feeling?
Yo. This is something else. I can't wait to show you what Raven is.
250 players, you know, that's kind of big.
It's something, yeah.
It's just a couple close friends
we
dropping by,
playing some
have a cup
around.
of tea,
cup of tea,
do our thing.
I could actually go for a good cuppa. Now that I actually think about it.
We're in the right place. We'll
I'm fine, thanks. How are you?
But yeah, we're really excited to have you and to talk all things Warzone because I know everyone's chomping at the bit to get this information.
They are, and we teased it a bit earlier. There's a new map coming to Warzone later this year, I'm happy to say. But Ted, tell us where we're headed.
Ready?
Let's go,
Welcome
Ted.
to Urzikstan.
Ooh,
Urzikstan. Okay.
The Middle East.
Take a look. Here's Urzikstan.
Dude, det här är så nice.
We've been waiting. We've been sort of
Good to hear.
hinting all day long.
Dude, the Ravan City, this is going to be insane.
It's of course got 11 unique POIs here.
Good to hear that you find Emil.
Integrated, brand new map,
Wow.
full of wonderful nostalgia that we'll dive into
Seaport,
as well.
det var det de visade sist,
And you
what they
mentioned
showed
this is
with the
where,
cranes.
The Middle East meets Europe a little bit,
Yes.
Eastern Europe
Yeah.
a little bit.
Yes.
And
Okay, let's
Urzikstan
go.
will, of course,
First looks.
be familiar
Yes.
to many Modern Warfare players as a central
Alpha
location
footage, okay?
From the campaign, of course, where Farah is from.
Yes. This is my personal favorite point of interest. Zaravan
Yo, look at the zipline from there. You saw that on the roof.
Construction site with the crane that's got an ascender. If you look carefully, you might see a zip line or two, which we'll talk about.
Yeah,
a little later.
Hola,
I saw that, and that definitely caught my eye. But any opportunity to also be in more
Yo, vad det liknar lumber detta. Oh my.
spin, I kind of
Kolla
like the
detta.
Sorkin Industrial.
From
The
Verdansk.
northern side of the
Yeah.
map. Again, when we think about something like Warzone, you need those industrial districts. We got pop-off power. I made a joke yesterday with our creators that they'll be popping off here. I'm
Pop
sure
off on
later
pop-off?
today. Yeah,
That's going to be a
That's
wonderful
how it
point
works.
of interest. This is Shahin Manor. Again, like really built around that kind of close quarters combat that we want our players to experience.
Awesome interiors here. I've had some really fun close quarter engagements here.
Lowtown. Where the rats are going to be hanging out. Here in Old Town, these are next to each other. There's a train line running through it. This is sort of in the centralized area of the map, so we expect this to be a hot drop.
Yeah, Old Town, Low Town, put nearby one another. Of course, you've got this beautiful ruined architecture, sort of a bit of those touches across the map here.
Precis, Cap.
I'm hearing this is your favorite POI, huh?
My personal favorite. I love a military base.
No, I'm not gonna play them.
In Verdansk.
No,
You
I'm
can
watching.
find me
I'm
at
watching
the
today.
military base, and
Very
so
familiar
these
with it.
bunkers speak to me.
There, you see those cranes. Oh my.
All of these different locations.
Kolla ziplinen.
There's
Ser
a
ni?
lot in
Massa ziplines överallt.
in between different buildings, different locations. It really feels like there's going to be some fun opportunities to get some good fights in.
Yeah, it was one of our focus points, and I love this vista shot of the map, but it was genuinely one of our focus points was to say, how can we make a more dense map where it feels like, in terms of like rotation opportunities, the regain, that there's always some way like you can go and kind of call home. So that is coming.
Yeah, and we touch on. I think what's really interesting is you and I have talked. Warzone has been here for a number of years now. We've had a lot of opportunities to take those experiences, and it feels like you guys have really worked to apply those experiences to this map.
Yes. It's one of those things where when we start to talk about the game, we always reflect on...
Jag pratar svenska. Yes, I talk Swedish.
Now,
I lived in Sweden for 20 years, Emil.
When players play, and you'll see this very shortly, there's little bits of every map that we've had to date, but at the same time it has like a freshness to it. Like when we think about new maps, it has to have a newness at the very same time. So
Kolla in detta.
This is it.
This is
Det är första hoppet på första gången nu. Nya
Warzone-kartan.
And who better than Dr. Lupo?
Orzikstan, let's go.
You know he's going to pop a few heads from across the map too, so I mean he's even trying to do it.
Kolla där! Okej, schysst Emil. Yo, Ratama, what's up bro?
With Shadi today in MP, so I have faith.
Okej, kul. Jag är 38 år gammal.
Always does. This is actually quite exciting to check out here, especially that, you know, we got ourselves a little bit of a fight happening here, so I think Lupo does manage to get the better, and just again, it feels so
Gulag, jag är inte intresserad. Vi
one
hoppar
of
till se Gulagen
the
nu.
points that is really sticking to me here is also just on that movement front as well, right?
Yeah, it's very important to us.
Yeah.
And so tell us, Ted, Warzone shares the same foundations of Modern Warfare 3. Raven worked really closely with Sledgehammer to make sure all of those gameplay features that we covered in multiplayer earlier today are aligned with Battle Royale. Can you take us through that a little bit?
Yeah, as you mentioned, we've been working with Sledgehammer all year. They've been a great partner because we know when we make something like a big Battle Royale map,
jag kommer spela mycket mer nu när de släpper den här kartan.
Mechanics, the mantling, everything needs to work well and seamlessly.
Yeah, and it.
What the fuck var det för något?
Classic Call of Duty feel, right? You're obviously going to be getting that here, but
vad är det? Shotgun med sånt scope? Nej, det är omöjligt.
I guess would the word be parody? I guess I'm thinking of just basically seeing how continuity is a way better word.
It's with synergy across all the modes.
Yes.
Lupo är duktig, Dr. Lupo.
I love that.
I love that we managed to fit synergy.
And at the same time, you know, we saw
jag tycker om allt, Emil.
jag
kan spela vad som helst om jag ska vara ärlig.
To actually match Warzone. So not only is there a
jag är gammal World of Warcraft-spelare till exempel.
But that has to be
Call of
pretty
Duty,
awesome for you as well, having been involved in Warzone for so long, and the amount of love and passion you have for it. To see like, hey, when players load into the game, like the experience is going to be the same. So try it out, right? The water's warm.
Yeah, move around. You know, we saw zombies. We saw, you know, now with Warzone, we really want our players to move between all these different experiences.
Det fattar inte att muzzle, det är därför det exploderar.
Okay. Pick up in the map right now. I love the scope on it. I hope Dr. Lupo likes it.
Yeah, let's see. I expect a lot of people to use this today. Oh, they're up in the crane.
They're in the crane.
Let's go.
De är i kranen och
The crane
skjuter.
has a vertical ascender for you to get all the way up there.
Oh, because it's
such a good
redeploy mechanic. You can literally use the map to redeploy. You know, you can go up to the crane and jump off and go to wherever you need to go.
So he's just equipped a Guardian.
Yes.
Guardian, we talked a little about in MP. I said I'd talk about it more in Battle Royale because
Apex
I think this is something we're going to see a lot of today. This is a new kill streak. Can you tell us a little bit more about how it's going to play out?
Yeah, it's a, I mean, I don't want to...
Okej, detta känner jag igen från 2019, va? Eller vad säger ni?
Just maybe if he put it down.
Det var hade på senaste kartan på Modern Warfare, första Warzone.
So it's very much about if you're being pushed or if you want to
defend an area, kartan som kom efter Verdansk?
To keep you safe.
Yeah, so again, it's not eliminating any players, but it's that stun effect that it's having on players.
Look where he is now.
The Gulag. and is that a fully kitted out gun as well?
So this one's not. This is actually just I think it's a normal.
Caldera, ajmen, Caldera var legendary king. Legendary cap.
This 3-lane experience that we've had.
So this is the brand new simplified.
Vänta, han hade plåtat på sig fullplatad.
But it's got a little treat in
Okej,
the
schysst
middle
Emil.
there.
Jag visste inte man kunde spela Apex på
Can you tell us what we can expect
So
Jag
with
kör
these
bara på
local
PC.
players, they are so good.
Jag har ett
So
Nintendo Switch.
we'll have to see if
Xbox
the Gooo
360.
lasts
I
that
know.
length
Inte
of time.
360.
But for anyone at
Inte det
home,
gamla.
in
Vad
previous
heter det?
Warzones,
Det
we've
nya
had a
Xboxet.
capture point, which was the overtime mechanic. But this time
Vi ska
around,
köpa
it's a
ett,
cylinder, and a rope
PS5
drops down from above,
nu i jul.
and you can ascend and get out.
So it's kind of like, you know...
Eller hur, Gap?
It's kind of like escaping hell in a cell or something like
Jag
that.
diggar hur de har namnen på gubbarna, det ser jättebra ut.
I'm all about that, baby.
Kolla, namnen är ju som färgen, ser ni? Grönt, gult, det är jättebra.
Players just like running around.
Inte som det är nu.
They're being hunted currently, so we got a bounty up right now.
Yeah. So
No,
what I
we
love
bounty
about the
på dem.
bounty that we've updated is when they complete the bounty, I should say if they complete the bounty,
Yeah.
they'll actually get one UAV ping, which is a new mechanic that we've added for the bounty this time around.
Okay.
Så man klarar av bountyt får man en UAV-ping, sa han.
You brought back from Warzone originally.
I didn't see if it was the big game bounty or
Oh,
the
see,
normal
I was
bounty.
talking about Big Game Bounty. I
That's a
assumed
good
this
segue.
was Big Game Bounty. Can you talk to us a little bit about that contract, which is new?
Yeah, the big game bounty was a fan favorite going back to the third year of Warzone. And it's something that this group in particular, like the really high skill player, I don't know why they love it because it effectively marks the highest kill player in the game. But it's great
Ja,
for
precis.
content.
Kommer du ihåg Big Game Bounty? Vi hade ju det
I want to
i
be
Caldera.
recognized for our hard work in
Oh,
you know?
I mean, I'm never going to get marked, so I'm cool.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, Pete Lover.
I'm
Same
saying,
here.
Well,
I'm
okay.
Yeah.
Loadout!
It works the player with the most kills.
Most kills in the
Yeah.
Såg han fick en loadie?
Oh, that's awesome.
And if you complete it, you get that advanced.
Men använder den, vad gör du?
Yeah,
Super
which is-
powerful,
which is
great for the end game. Yeah.
Han håller bara i loaden, han använder inte den.
Actually, now as the game continues to play out here, and our competitors kind of get the lay of the land, I find it to be really refreshing for players that you know they were just toiling around in Modern Warfare 2 maps,
Inte nu, Emil.
you know,
Inte ikväll.
old Modern
Ikväll ska jag
2
kolla
maps,
på-
but now
på
they're
detta.
going into something
Där, du ser ju det.
fresh
Ser
and
du
new.
på
Is that
minimappen
like
ju?
an
Big game.
objective for you guys with this map to make it feel
Det såg ut som ett Most
make it feel like
Wanted-kontrakt.
you're jumping into this with a new pair of eyes.
So whenever we think about a map, you have to think
Varför
about
använder han
both the
inte
map
loading?
and the gameplay. Like
Sure.
they're so intrinsically.
Ja, han har
linked.
redan sin loadie då.
So hopefully a little bit later on we'll see some of the
Så man får
gameplay.
se
that
hur det ser
comes
ut
into that.
när de
The
tar
team
sin
beforehand
loadie.
hinted at the drivable train.
Yeah.
Haven't
Där.
yet seen if a team landed on that. But
Jajamän.
that's the newness, you know, it's the new map plus the new gameplay.
Röd
Those
rök.
things combined will yield today's experience that everyone's playing.
Yeah, and also feels like a lot of quality of live features, right? And also some great
Oh, du
gameplay
kör.
features that have been
Jo!
introduced into this. That
Såg du
I'm
vilka
also looking
Stims är
forward to,
tillbaka
because
med
traversal,
farten.
big thing in VRs, you gotta be able to
Såg du som
rotate
hans,
effectively, if not,
field of vision
you're gonna get
ändrades?
wiped out to the circle.
Seeing one right here,
And
actually.
which-
I
Are they
see
gonna
a
use
zip
it?
line off in the distance. We're going to get a better
Ja,
look
absolut.
in here.
Absolut,
This is the
Emil.
crane we were talking about earlier, so that's the
So
vertical.
you can go up.
Yeah.
Okay.
But for the first time, in
You can
addition to going up.
redeploy drones.
Oh,
the
that's
back
cool.
launches. We're bringing those across from Al Mazrah. But
Perfect.
then here's the new.
Kolla detta.
The new.
Åh, vad
Oh, yeah,
nice.
that's when we were gonna get horizontal zip lines.
Yeah, so I mean, we were so happy to bring these.
Detta
into the
liknar ju
map,
Apex
really
mer och mer nu ju.
the POI
Med
layout
horizontal.
of the land.
Yeah.
But also, you know, this
zip
group
lines.
here, they're going to use them to push another team.
Oh, yeah.
Whereas for a lot of our players, they might use it to move
Evade.
away or evade
Yeah.
a team. So it's got dual purpose. I'm sure we'll have encounters where they meet each other
On the zip lines, yeah.
Players on a
they,
zip
go,
line.
they go past.
They go past each other. Okay,
But you can use your AR. So.
But I mean, like you should shoot.
Yeah. You could duel like an old British
Yeah, right.
horse.
You do like 10 paces,
Yeah.
turn around, zip, and then just go and try and see if you can
It's
take
content.
each other out.
It's content.
No, that is
Also,
really
though,
cool.
especially over water, we saw them sort of between the higher buildings. We're going to have them across the water. I think in terms of getting across this map, can you tell us anything about this map in terms of size, sort of what to expect for folks at home who aren't going to maybe get a sense of it from everybody
so
today?
what we did was obviously we always look at like the latest map. So we look at Caldera and Al Mazrah. So it's closer in size to Caldera, a little bit smaller than
Slightly
Al
smaller
Mazrah,
than Al Mazrah.
but it's more dense.
Tack Emil,
It
tack så
should
jättemycket
feel
för follow.
in terms of land space and mass.
Mic off.
Very familiar.
And so when you say dense, we mean to less open
Less open spaces, more
which
packed.
Mic on.
points of
Jo,
interest.
de har ju såna där
And I'm even seeing it
strongholds.
here. Like there are some wide open spots where snipers can have a great time, but there's so much
Är det
like
stronghold?
in dense environments.
Yeah.
Has there been some like really cool play tests where everyone's just like scrapping it out in these like wild locations, close quarters?
Like I mentioned, when we look
Oh,
at
there-
Low Town and Old Town, they're kind
Okay,
of like
nice.
the rattier
Yeah,
places. But again, we'll talk about some of those gameplay mechanics that we've added to improve.
Aj,
that.
aj, aj, aj.
It's,
Ja, jag fick
it has a
huvudet.
train line
Åh,
that
vad
runs
schysst.
straight through it.
Okay.
So you'll be in Lowtown, maybe just like getting into it with another team, and then another team just comes steaming forward, literally on the train, and potentially pushes the team through the POI.
And Old Town and Lowtown, of course, are on that central landmass.
Det är något jävla tåg man ska kunna köra.
Speaking of the train that stops in Old Town.
Yes, yeah.
Ted, tell us about this. I feel like everybody downstairs
They saw the handbrake yesterday and were like, wait, what?
Ja, jag har YouTube också, Emil. Emil, jag är live på YouTube, Facebook, Twitch, Trovo och jag är på Kick också. Överallt.
On the train. And if you push the driver's carriage, you can go forward, backward, you can stop. But the nuance
Fan vad coolt, man kan styra tåget.
Is you're in the driver's carriage, you're driving, happy days, you know, you're the conductor. But if a team jumps on the back and throws that handbrake, you're going to have to go and engage.
That's cool. Okay, I didn't know that.
Get in a war, switching.
Yes.
Fan vad häftigt. Man kan engagea med tåget. Det här är flummigt som fan.
You have to go back and...
So there's almost like a decision you have to make of like, well, do I want to put a body over there, have someone defend the handbrake, but then you might be running into a full squad. So there are going to be some decisions players are going to have to make with these with this train.
Yeah, we had a great play test where I was on the train with a few others, and the train stopped, and we were like, hang on, we're here.
We're all here.
We're all here. So that could be one thing, yeah. So it's a great like realization moment.
Your detective work.
Yes. You're literally doing a head count.
Yeah.
How many people
say present?
Yeah.
We're seeing some super fluid movement here. We just saw them kind of parachute from building to building. They're on the move. I think they're getting to a buy station up here.
Skojar du, Cap? Jag kommer digga det här tåget. Man kan hoppa på det. Stoppa den är någon där framme ju. Så måste han komma till dig. Det kommer bli flummigt. Det kommer bli riktigt flummigt.
The style and the theme, like this has that kind of Al-Mazrah.
Så skönt med slidecastingen tillbaka också.
And of course fictionally, in the great.
Vi har ju fortfarande Dolphin Dive också, kommer de ha.
Urzikstan shares a border with Al-Mazrah. It does. Yeah.
Okay, I just love how deep into the lore you are.
I am a lorehead.
Yeah, I'm a lorehead too, so it makes me very happy to see another fellow lorehead.
When I watch these guys behind us, our awesome creators and community making the story, you know, making their content about the storyline and the narrative. I love it. I'm so excited. And Ted, you always say, you know, they're the storytellers and. You know, you guys are providing them with raw materials
det kommer bli flummigt.
Yeah,
det riktigt flummigt.
The canvas for them to paint on. You know, it sounds corny, but those are the kind of things that we think about when we think about the types of map and gameplay we want to create. And if you look carefully,
Ja, vad de nämnde nyss.
Will behave the same way in Modern Warfare 3 multiplayer as it will in Warzone. So that unsuppressed fire, visible.
How has that added to the game?
When you think of something like a big map VR, Battle Royale, it's really important. For a lot of players, it could be they want to avoid that area, or for other players, they want to move. Did we get
personal favorite? I believe this is the cash gulag.
Here we go. Let's have a look.
You love the money.
Well, let's see
how this works out. Let's see if the Ascender comes down. Let's see if they push. Well, they're pushing.
I don't know if they're even going to have an opportunity
5
for
seconds.
it.
Yeah, chica.
Oh, so
very
see the stress.
She's like,
Now that we see the gulag, and of course, shout out to Chica for the clutch there.
King, tack så mycket. Tack Emil.
That was different.
That was different than what we saw before, Alex.
Yeah.
In fact, we got some video.
Here we go.
This is the OG gulag. This is what we're going to be playing most of the time in the 3 lanes. But Ted, for the first time, there might be some other gulags.
Yes. Maybe right on cue, we'll see the night vision gulag.
No way.
So this is something that can happen from time to time. It's a chance of it happening, and we have several of these. And I almost don't want to spoil too much.
We can't wait to see.
But like, and here's the Ascender that we've already mentioned. That if you can get on it and you can get out, you can be shot on the way up. You can be shot from below. Like,
but you can also get off of it and make a play as well.
Make a play.
That's cool.
So we've seen some really interesting play tests. Of I remember one
time
shared a clip where the other player had jumped on the Ascender. They also got on underneath, shot them on the way up, eliminated them, and then made it themselves.
It's like a little Matrix moment there, you know?
Det som är schysst i detta nu också, och det nya...
players to tell the story here.
Yeah, it's Call of Duty moment.
Det nya Modern Warfare och nya Warzone skjuter du utan ett suppressor
it's ultimately
Så kommer det synas på kartan, vilket vi hade från början. De tog bort det ju nu.
public event into the Gulag mechanic. We're showing them off here today. May not be like that at launch because we're still obviously in the Warzone Alpha build, but we've got some exciting stuff planned.
And our streamers are
Dialed in.
There was a tone shift when we went into Warzone in the venue.
Kullarna påminner om världslivet.
Where everyone's like, well, here's my opportunity to pop off.
Hej då Emil, så gott.
The world in front of their creators. And it is great that these creators, the passion and the time that they put into Warzone.
De här träden också, det är bara sån kick tillbaks.
Being a part of a team that has built this system.
Yeah, I mean, at Raven,
allt detta påminner om Verdansk.
So many
Det här
different player
är
types. When you've got millions and millions and millions of people playing your game, you've got these creators who play 10 to 12 hours a day, 7 days a week. But equally, we know that we have people who jump on a Sunday with their buddies and just want to have some fun.
Det här kommer bli bra.
We always try and find that sweet spot of our mechanics, where something like the train, anyone can jump on the train and have a fun time with the train.
Yeah.
But equally, we've made changes, for example.
Ooh, it's happening.
Oh, here we go.
Hit the brake, hit the brake.
Here we go.
Grymt av henne. Vad grymt av henne.
Pushed behind.
Oh, we've got a lot of action.
Nej, hoppa
That
då.
was the smart play.
No, they were both getting off of it. That was smart. That was smart.
Yeah, Noisy Butters was like, guys, I'm out.
Yeah, I'm out.
Yeah, not worth it. Oh man, that is going to be a sweaty drop.
Yeah, I mean, she was seconds away from pulling the brake there, and that would have just caused complete chaos. For the
Det är det man kan hoppa ner och så bara drar man i bromsen.
We're gonna have probably a winner.
De fightas ju tills man sätter på tåget
Hopefully we
igen.
got the
I mean,
news.
they've come here to win.
Yeah, we're jumping around between streams today, and hope you guys are obviously checking out your favorite creator streams here at CodNext.
Flummigt.
Really cool stuff. What else? I mean, like, should we be looking forward to here, right? Because I know, like, you guys are doing some creative.
Och detta påminner om Al-Mazrah, de här byggnaderna. Det här är hon är nu. De har verkligen blandat det ordentligt, Al-Mazrah och Verdansk.
A bit more, cause some more chaos.
Yeah, I mean, yesterday, we started talking about some of our quality of life improvements.
Yes.
And I think one of the biggest cheers we got from this group was that we bought pistols underwater. So if you're swimming underwater, you will always have a pistol. And I did not expect that to be the biggest cheer, but it shows the love that this group and I think our wider community is reflective of them too, have for like those small detail touches that just improve the gameplay loop as a whole.
Yeah, quality of life's definitely been top of mind. Building this map out, it's as you said, it's something that Raven thinks about, building Warzone from the ground up, and a lot of the
Jag tror jättemycket på den här
even made in the live game in the last year. Expect
Det var inte samma känsla när Al-Mazrah visade för första gången. Jag var väldigt sketchy till den.
Quality of life improvements to the Warzone of this year. Everything carries into the Warzone of the year ahead of us. So.
Satt på sig.
And also, you guys
Satt på sig gasmasken.
we're
Vad
seeing the
händer?
movement as well, right? Because I'm noticing like the slides are going a little far.
Yes.
Va? Har på sig den hela tiden då?
Across the board, like anywhere where we could just tighten it up and again,
Fan händer det?
we've taken that opportunity.
Yeah, I actually want to talk about that because I said earlier that Warzone shares the same foundation, that foundational gameplay with Modern Warfare 3, so movement mechanics, all those things. But
Mic off.
Touch on specific things tuned a little bit more specifically for PR. Do you want to talk to us a little bit about how some of those perks might work a little bit differently in Warzone specifically versus MP?
Yeah. So on the Warzone side, we felt that this time around was an opportunity to have some unique perks only for Warzone. Because again, it's a big map. We have different player styles, different motivations. So
different experience too.
My personal favorite is Combat Scout.
Okay.
Now I'm adding that because I like it.
Okay.
That is very much a perk.
I also like it. I am not going to go on the internet for several hours after this.
That's the beauty of perks. Like the perk there should be variety. There should not be an optimized path. There should be that when you jump into the game, you're going to be surprised at people have equipped. I expect some of this group will probably equip Shrouded. which is that when you get downed, you automatically drop a smoke grenade. That adds a really new dimension to it. And equally, I think another one would be resolute, which is when you get shot and you take a hit, you move faster to get out of dodge. So,
that's cool. So good opportunities for, especially for like field, like a wide open field traversal. Get shot, get a speed boost, get down. Potentially, a smoke comes down, your teammate can back you up.
There you go.
That's
really the kind of variety that we're looking for.
Yeah, well, I will definitely run with the smoke.
Mic on.
Because I know that that's going to be me.
Jo, jag har lilla hon har skjutit
You
stackaren.
run the evade.
Drops some duos.
Vänta lite, vad var det för shotgun han hade?
Yeah, that's really cool, and it's almost like giving the players, like as it's been said time and time again, right? That freedom of choice to be able to get really clever with like
Prisoner of
how
War,
you want to approach that. And it
Yo, Mila, what's up, brother?
Yeah, tune that play style.
Feels like player agency. We want the stories, etc.
Yeah. And we're back in the gulag again. Oh boy.
Tactical crouching.
Okay.
Preparing for battle.
Will we see the long?
Det stör mig. För det var det jag reagerade på direkt ju. Fucking gasmasken. Det måste vara en bugg. Det måste vara en bugg.
But she's picking up that cash, so this is the cash gulag. But we're waiting.
Here we go. 1 second. The ropes come down. Grab it. Oh, she banged them. Well played.
Man kan ta repet upp.
I don't blame him. I would have done the same thing too. Just gone straight.
It was a honey pot. Oh, honey. I'm gonna go for honey.
But now she's got that cash, right? So she's got both of her. She's got one teammate down. She can go grab them if they don't get it out of.
I think she's trying to get out of the gulag. Oh, someone just actually did a buyback, so she's got to be careful. Yeah, here you go. There's a fight going on.
Here we see maybe somebody.
Yeah, you can see the unsuppressed red dots on the mini map as well.
Skitbra.
Teammates down. Oh, she's pushing. Here we go.
This is ambitious because she's literally. I think, does she have any help here? I don't think she does.
They're both in the gulag.
Yeah, the gulag of life.
Yeah.
Vad gör du?
Big dive to get out of there.
Make a run for that by
Nikari doing the hard carry here. Butters is back. She's just redeployed.
Yeah.
Very well played. That dive, I've been loving that we have the options of diving and sliding. You know,
yes.
You can do some really funny things with the dive.
Love it. It's just ground loot. And in fact, maybe we can quickly talk about ground loot. We brought back weapon rarity.
Okay.
Yes.
Vad bra.
You just saw it right there, like the blue AR. It's one of those things that,
Han kom så likade ju, precis.
When you think about the looting gameplay, you need to be able to quickly see like what's that weapon, what's this item.
Yes.
So even from a custom loadout perspective, you know,
I like it.
that pink/magenta tooltip, that card that you can see.
Slide castlingen, oh my god, jag blir så glad när jag ser det.
Both of their teammates there. Hate to see it, but.
So Ted, what are some of the things that we can expect to kind of stay the same here? Like I see buy stations, redeployable buy stations. Are they coming back?
Yes, they'll be there day one. We really see this as a continuation of the current war zone, and then just leveled up, polished, all new moves on top.
Got it.
So something that a lot of people in this room care about, that we work super hard on in current Warzone and we think is awesome, is the good old Champions Quest. We've had some amazing moments in the last year since we introduced it, and it's been really fun for a lot of people. But we want to open that up a little bit. What can you maybe breadcrumb us a little bit for what to expect with where you might take us with Champions Quest in the future?
Champions Quest is something that we're going to be launching during the first season. So we don't want to reveal. Oh, she's on the horizontal zip line. But I'll try to stay focused. There's so much going on. I saw the train. I was like, oh my god, the train. I want to talk about the train again. But no, Champions Quest, it's been a huge success for us all year long. You know, that
Detta påminner så mycket om Caldera, man.
The challenge of doing it is just unbelievable.
Yeah.
So what we want to do for next year's Champions Quest is allow players to steal it from the team who is doing the Champions Quest. You can only steal it once.
Okay.
So if you see, if you see a team is doing it, push them, be the first, take them down. They'll drop the contract, they'll drop the pieces. You can pick it up and try and take it through to the finish.
My goodness, I cannot wait.
Wow.
And it gives people more options to get on something like Champions Quest. You know, they're not the only ones who get to enjoy it. Ted and I are gonna squad up. We're gonna get our first time CQ win.
Potentially lose it, you know? Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to put that negativity out there. I'm so sorry. Well, let's actually go ahead and check in on our TCL Power Hour and see how many challenges have been completed thus far for the days. And remember, for each one completed, you have a chance to win a 65-inch TCL TV. All you got to do is enter that hashtag CodNext and hashtag TCLX COD Sweepstakes. Once again, that's TCLX COD Sweepstakes. For each challenge completed during the TCL Power Hour, a winner will be randomly selected from all eligible entries received for a total of up to 9 winners. And thus far, we have 3 of our items picked up here. So it looks like I didn't see which ones it was though. Was it the train? Did we get the train? I hope we get it.
Can we see the card again?
Yeah. Actually, can we bring it up one more time? I just want to see what we have.
Here we go. We got it.
Contract. We did get a drivable train elimination.
Yeah, we watched it.
That was that.
Yeah,
for some reason in my head, I thought it was run someone over with the drivable train.
I honestly did too.
It would be legendary.
If that happened and we don't know, I need to see the highlights. So I'll be busy later.
That would be the first ever. It would actually be kind of cool. But there you see it there. But for now, though, we're actually going to head on over to Miles, Lonnie, and Nameless, as well as Alley Cat for their thoughts on live.
Jag är mer nyfiken på vilken resurgence-karta de kommer ge oss.
All aboard the new train. That's what I'm looking for, friends. I was discussing with this with you guys prior to we got on camera. It was like, are we going to drop train, win the fight, pump the brakes, take the cash, buy our gear, all aboard, next stop? It's going to be an amazing experience. Like, we're going to be able to finish on train. We're going to be able to rotate using the train. Francis Borgia is going to be out there well excited with the camera on his face because of the train. It's a big day for COD.
All right, audience, if you want the freest kill in the game, make sure you go to the train to find Miles. But I do want to say, I was hoping that it was going to be an actual, like, train, like you turn the train on and you run somebody over to get out that bingo card. But now I'm seeing EMD, the train track. So I'm guessing you throw the EMD, you can stop the whole train. So forget about the stop and the drive. I'm going to be sitting in a bush next to the train track. Like, all right, Miles, you want to rotate to another side of the map? Well, you got another thing coming.
My train, my precious train. I have to give it a cool name. But yeah, really fun. I mean, like we've seen change after change when it comes to Warzone over the years. This one sort of feels, again, like movement's back. Everyone's super excited about that. Guns look really fun. But the increase in health, fights feel a little longer. You know?
That's the big thing, right? It's the quality of life, the presence that the game now has. And do you know what I've absolutely loved about Raven and the team up as well? Is the fact that they have not been afraid to bring things back, to bring things back that the community wants. And I think that is just incredible. They're listening and they care. And that is definitely coming across the screen. So for me, I think, things like we're seeing on the map, fire. We're seeing also just small things like the blue plates that are also happening in the HUD, and it's minor things that make such a the community that grind Warzone. It is their life, it is their careers, and many of them in this room right now. It's massive, and it's really exciting to see.
Also, the quality of life upgrades. We heard them talking about the unique perks that we're going to have in Warzone. Like the Shrouded is massive, right? You drop a smoke when you get knocked. We already do that in Warzone. We throw a smoke at our teammates. Sometimes you don't have one. Now that it's going to be an actual perk that you can grab, huge. Also, when
blir du droppad så finns en perk som slänger en smoke när du är downad.
Well, now when you get shot, you move faster. So not only do you have that extra health to survive and evade enemies, you also have the faster movement with MW3 that they're bringing, and a perk that even allows you to get faster, because we know there are some players coming a bit more competitive. You like to get, a little bit more aggressive and get in those 1v4 situations. You have the ability to do that, and it's all up to the player, which is great.
There is one more perk which wasn't brought up by Ted, but Irradiated, which has got something to do with how you interact with the gas, but more on that later. Ha ha ha. Plenty more cool changes though. I mean, like, we've seen different field upgrades, we've seen different, kill streaks, the Guardian being involved as well. I mean, that's something that I think Black definitely. This one doesn't kill you though, this just slows you down. It's like a gigantic stun grenade spotlight.
Put it in a doorway, Miles.
Put it in a doorway, but the range on that bad boy is crazy. Look, if that thing's good enough to slow down the Incredible Hulk, is good enough for COD. That's all I'm saying.
It certainly is indeed. I just want to say that I'm so excited to see how our creators, our streams, the community react to this, especially when you check the timeline and seeing kind of what the noise is about. And Ali, looking across Warzone right now, the way that Warzone has been pushed forward, not only in terms of the map, and you know, a lot of people talking about Verdansk and how much they miss it, the nostalgia coming forward, I think, from Uzbekistan really does kind of give that reminiscence of Verdansk in terms of the way it looks and feels, the openness. We also have moments and places like Superstore, etc. There are drops there for everyone who wants to get a battle in and perform at the highest level.
Yeah, and I think something that's crazy about Warzone specifically is the fact that like it's only been a couple of years it's been around, right? And I feel like it's continuously just getting better, and small changes are being made for quality of life. And like you said, this does feel very reminiscent of Verdansk, but it has all the great changes like the guns, the blue guns on the ground, and we just saw a UI change, like the gas mask actually being on your face the entire time, and you can see it on your screen. I will tell you right now, I'm somebody who has really bad object permanence. I would always forget that I'd have a gas mask. So now that it's like actually on your vision as well, so like it's a great reminder. Just really small things like that can really change a game.
That's something that I think community members have been asking for.
Jo, den älgen igen nu. Den lät inte...
Really nice quality by changes no matter what your loadout is on the screen right now. If you're in the water, you have a pistol no matter what. Whatever your loadout is, whether it's two primary weapons, whatever it may be, there's a pistol at the ready when you do go underwater. Same for all the ladders as well. So that element of gameplay, I know. Dude, the first time I had a circle out in the ocean in Al Mazrah, I dropped like a 12 kill spree because no one could get close. I was running around with a gulag pistol, and it really worked. That is not the case anymore. Awesome quality of life change, whether it's gas masks, whether it's pistols. We're really just starting.
Så gasmasken tänker kommer ju vara så, det där är bara irriterande ju.
Great job in bringing all that to life.
And you know what? You talked about the gulag there. The gulag looks great, right? I'm a big fan of. I know everybody likes different gulags that we've had throughout the years, but I'm a big fan of like, let's just get into a gunfight. I see two walls in the middle. Let's just get into the gunfight, and better man gets out of the gulag. And we also see that they have the rope, the ascender, where you can just jump on the rope and get on out. A couple different strategies you can employ. Wait for the person to hop in the ascender and just shoot him as he tries to escape. But yeah, man, Warzone this year, it looks phenomenal. It feels like the answer to the call of the community. Everybody's just been wanting faster movement, you know, some of these new perks and being able to play it your own way. And I think a lot of the creators are having a blast getting into this new map.
It's just really fun as well to see different variants of the gulag, whether it's mic
off.
You know, you come in with an MVG, not that it's going to be that common. The idea that there's a cash gulag where there's money all over the place. I mean, yeah, I'm one of those players, I know a lot of my friends are, where you see it, you grab it, and that's going to encourage the loot. But there is a massive danger. We just saw one of our streamers leave the gulag with like 6.5k. That's insane. You can buy the teammate back. That's a game-changing moment. That changes the way Warzone plays. And we want a little bit of random. You don't want us to be that predictable. The one thing you do want to be predictable is how efficiently you can take down your opponents. And that's been so nice to see. Headshot indicators now, you see you get a double X on the hit marker. You know you're dealing damage to a head. The limb damage has all been uniformed across the board. So you're going to get a much stronger and more, you know, predictable feel of how my weapon performs, how my attachments perform with that weapon, and how I can employ that to the best of my ability in the best of the situation I'm in. It's just really nice, man. The last thing you're going to be doing is guessing in a game like this.
And I think, exactly, Miles, and I think something that may have went over a lot of people's heads when they were talking about it was the evasion in this version of Warzone is going to be way better than before. We talked about that perk, but also the horizontal zip lines. I mean, that's massive. They've had big upgrades to quality of life in terms of trying to get in fights and evade over the last years. Like we had the PRD where you can go up and redeploy yourself and fly away. I think all those things are going to be coming back, but now you also have the ability to hop on these horizontal zip lines that they've placed throughout the map. So, you know, if you get into a fight that maybe is pretty far out of the circle, you can take your time, finish that fight, and then strategically use those zip lines to get back towards circles. So I think that's something, you know, it just piqued my interest in the way that I like to play the game.
You're talking about evasion as well, and for me, you know, going back to small things like the gas mask, you can now put the gas mask on, toggle it with tear gas. I mean, there's ways to make sure that you can survive. The survivability is so big. You know, no more wafting in front of the face. The gas mask will go on, and you are able to evade enemies and try and counter things that are coming your way, because that's all that Warzone's about, right? It's being aggressive, but also countering pushes that are happening from left, right, and center.
I think a big point is like the controlled chaos in Warzone. That was something that always really stood out to me, is like it's really chaotic. You don't know where the gas is going to be, where you land changes a lot of the time. The loot that's on the ground is, you know, pretty different most of the time. It's very unpredictable in that sense, but there's those predictabilities of having a horizontal zip line now, like knowing about the rotations. It's those little small things that you can control. And something I really enjoy is the fact that I feel like obviously most people's goal early game is to get your loadout drop, right? But again, with the amount of loot, I feel like there's a lot more loot on the ground as we've been watching gameplay. But again, the gun quality of life, the attachments and stuff, maybe not try prioritizing the loadout so much as getting to a certain stronghold or getting somewhere else on the map.
We're seeing Swag here with the MCR, and that's a single attachment on the weapon, and he's looking fantastic with that thing already. A lot of players have been talking about this. We saw Shotzi, there was a clip on Twitter not too long ago, or X.com, whatever it's called these days. Talking about how auto-aim feels like it's slightly reduced in this game. It feels a little harder at certain ranges to land very, very accurate shots. That's really nice, man. I mean, that changes the way the game plays. More health, harder to shoot. The better you are, the better you're going to play, essentially.
Yeah, and you add that with that movement, I mean, there's going to be a decent skill gap, obviously, right? And I think that's phenomenal. And like you said, we're watching Swag here. These are the guys that we're going to be learning from. You know, these creators that are in here, figuring things out, what's going to be the meta, what people are using. And right now, he's rocking that MCR, and he is beaming. You said he only has one attachment on here. Gonna get knocked, but I mean, that thing is a laser. I mean, he was beaming, though.
He was beaming indeed, and you see him get knocked down, and potentially might do here as well. No, he does manage to get his teammates. He's going to be in the gulag, but I will say, when you are down, you do also have extra health now as well. There has not only just been health added into in general, but when you are knocked down, there is that again survivability. Your teammates can make plays around you.
Well, stop thirsting.
Yeah, stop. I mean, everyone needs a drink out there in Al Mazrah.
I'm still gonna do it.
So very, very thirsty. Out here in Kazakhstan, it's a little different. We got fun with it. This is Optic Blake going up against Swag in the gulag.
Who you got? I got Blake. I got Swag.
Come on, Blake.
I think I got Blake.
Come on, Blake.
He's gonna send out.
If it was a sniper, I'd pick Blake.
Oh, there it is. Yes, boy. Can't ever doubt Blake. Come on.
You have to deal 10 bullets, deal 250 damage there. So you're seeing like the full plates when it comes to like the amount of health and lot. As you said, when you go down, I had the pleasure of downing an opponent in Warzone. I took a sniper rifle to the head. I couldn't thirst them quickly enough. So, I mean, this is just going to change the way the game plays. I would love to see any. I mean, this is something that more folks out there are going to know how throwing knives impact, because we saw that was the absolute way to play Warzone.
It really was the
down
method.
players, throwing knife out immediately, recover that bad boy, get out and get.
I hope it's still a one tap, man. I need it to be a one tap.
I know.
I like that. You know, just running around and I'm out. Yeah, we're seeing different areas of the map. You know, they talked about, I think it was Old and Newtown. I think is what it was called. They look
It's a night
absolutely
visual
fantastic. Go dog.
It's a night.
Oh, he's out. Oh, ciao, peace. He's gone.
That was incredible.
That is a solo YOLO champion. That man knows pressure is nothing. Look at that. How fun was that? Dude, the night vision looks good.
Low Town.
My boy was out there. All sorts of good fun happening here. And again, look how dense the map is. That is a ton of buildings, though. I mean, you know what I did see, though? Even in the largest of buildings, not a huge amount of stairwells. That was a real pain point for many, many players. Between the horizontal, vertical zip lines, redeployment balloons, you name it. There are so many ways to traverse this colossal landscape.
And you know what else I see, Miles? I see a lot of rooftops. I see a lot of rooftops for those snipers. So even though that there are denser areas, which might make it slightly more difficult, there's still plenty of opportunities for those crazy clips.
But you know what, Allie? I can just take one of those cranes and I can fly right down to the rooftop. Seems like they have a decent amount of those placed around the map as well. We saw one on this screen right behind them, and obviously rooftops. There's some campers who like to sit up there, but there's ways that you can get up there and take them out now pretty nicely.
Yeah, and the drones as well. You can also get a drone in the sky and literally take the line right up there and try and get on the rooftop, or try and counter a little bit yourself, or fly away and evade, which is probably what I would be doing.
So we're still within the TCL Power Hour, looking to see if any more of those sort of the bingo card moments happen. Haven't seen anyone get a breacher drone elimination.
Oh, come on.
Which is actually crazy, because it's, I mean, from our experience, especially multiplayer, very easy to do.
Yeah, I mean, you guys are all standing messing with movement. I came in and remember through the breacher drone, 3-piece, that thing is crazy.
That was me.
On the
I was also
on
a part
the bingo
of that.
card,
The rated squad.
I don't know if you guys saw, but there's also
Does it this might be a Juggernaut suit.
Oh yeah.
We are miniguns
Looks
away.
like it, 'cause
He's
that-
moving fast.
Boy, schmooving. I told you. You'll be schmooving like you've never schmooved before, COD fans, in this game. Everyone's very, nimble on their feet, a lot of twinkle toes, and you can even dress for the occasion. Put on even slicker shoes to improve movement, improve speed, strafe speed, how quiet you are, you name it. Dress for the occasion, COD fans. It's time to dress up and have a good time.
Certainly is indeed. I've got to say, it looks absolutely gorgeous. Just in terms of just the style. We heard actually Ted talk about the way that it looks, and it's all kind of part of a bigger picture, looking a little bit like Al Mazrah at times. We also Ants as well coming through, but I think the colors are just in.
Yeah, I mean, a lot of folks are like, oh, we want to go back. Why are you close enough?
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, man. Are we back? Yeah, we're back. We're totally back.
You're a lawhead as well, aren't you?
I really am. Like, I read all the signs. I mean, I read the bits of paper. I love all this. I really do, mate.
You know what else is interesting? Like, her name a little bit different in this game. How you have your gear and your vest. You're going to be able to find the boosts in Warzone as well, and that is going to shake things up, right? Because that prolonged slide, obviously in the multiplayer arena gameplay, is going to be different. But in Warzone, I mean, you have a lot of different areas that you have to traverse where that slide can come into play. So I think that's going to be really interesting when these guys get their hands on it.
As well as the climbing boosts. We haven't actually seen too much of that, but what that does essentially is it speeds up your mantle ability, and you really do move crazy. I mean, Peter Parker will be climbing the side of some of those buildings and terrify you, Ali.
I share the same last name as him. Does that mean I am also Spider-Man?
Ever been bit by a spider?
Possibly.
Well,
Maybe you might.
I think we would know by now, Ali.
Beyond that, I wanted to point out the fact that who we were watching, they just did that play that we were talking about earlier, using the zip line to push a team, while another one kind of just looks over the rest of the teammates making that push. So nice.
Yeah, it's incredible.
Very nice indeed. Well, that's a nice taste of Warzone. I mean, it's been very cool, very, very exciting. But that's going to be it for the Fireside Chat for now. It's back over to the desk, the Golden Boy, Stephanie.
Thank you so much for that. And always great to hear, the greatest minds in Call of Duty esports talking about a brand new Call of Duty game. What a time to be alive, of course, here. But yeah, and there's still so much more to talk about with Warzone stuff.
So much. We've got so much going on. We finally saw Night Vision Gulag. We got an Ascender overtime win. It was the moment that Ted and I have been waiting for. We've been waiting to see this thing in action.
And you guys are calling it, man. The whole time you're like, this has to happen.
Yeah.
This has to happen.
I had my bingo card at the ready. I'm like ready to go.
They're too good. We haven't had a chance to get to the overtime mechanic in the Gulag yet.
It's wild.
It's very exciting. And in total, I'm happy to say, Ted, correct me if I'm wrong, 4 different Gulags.
Yes. With more to come in the season.
With more to come.
We want to make sure that this is an evolutionary part of Warzone. There's great ideas coming from everyone on the team because they're playing with the public event system, being like, oh, but we could do this and we could do this. So yeah, keep your eyes peeled because it's an exciting new feature for us. Oh, we're back.
Back in the game.
Back in the action here. And
if so.
One of the things that the chat was talking about, was about quality of life features. We've been really harping on that because it is important. And a lot of the hardcore players care about those things. We're actually saw it right there, right on cue.
Yeah.
I swear I did not rehearse that. Tell us about the way the backpack works now.
Yeah, this is a personal favorite of the team and mine. Like we got together and we thought about what do we want the backpack experience to be like for this version of Warzone, and we did the deepest dive, literally 3 days. And just all we did was talk about the backpack, and we got an amazing UI team. And we just thought about one of the frustrations has been that when you pick up ammo, it goes in your backpack, but then if you drop the gun, you drop the ammo, and then you have to pick up the ammo and whatever. Yeah. It was like, we should make space to have 5 dedicated ammo slots. So you can carry them. I think historical Warzone, it was always nice to be the mule. Yeah. And you carry ammo and your buddy goes, hey, you got any sniper ammo? And you're like, oh sure, I've got some, and you can drop it for them. And we just wanted to bring that back. And
you put me out of a job there, man.
But we kept the backpack because for us the backpack opened up so many new opportunities, to be able to carry multiple lethals, multiple kill streaks. So it was how can we merge everything we've learned from Warzone over the last few years into one code.
And I think a lot of people are going to be. I mean,
ease of management. You don't want to do the inventory management sometimes when you're in combat. You don't have time to stop, pick up your ammo again, and so I think that the backpack experience, you're definitely going to see that's been refined. But there's some other really interesting tweaks to the UI as well. We obviously added the squad cache widget in the live game, which I think has been really useful. I'm bad at math. I love it. And we're seeing here too, armor plates back to blue. That's a big one for me. I love that.
It's the little things. I think when people get hands-on of this year of Warzone, I hope that they just love everything, the whole package that we're bringing for season 1 and day 1.
Yeah. Speaking of
the whole
things coming in season 1, the new package. we're hyped for the new map.
Yes.
But we also have a lot to offer, all different types of players. And I'm curious, Ted, if you can tell us what other maps we can expect once Urzikstan launches later this year.
So obviously on launch day, they're going to get the brand new big map experience of Urzikstan. Alongside it, we'll have Bundle.
Bundle!
We'll have Ashika.
Okay.
Both have Resurgence. And we'll also have Plunder. Because we know,
I love Plunder.
There is that core group.
I always lose, but I love it.
It's all about that money, Alex.
Yeah, it's
About
clearly
that cash.
getting that money.
Great cash, homie.
No, that is awesome. So more experiences, more different, more variety of ways for people to be able to play
It's got
Warzone.
so many different players, and they all play for so many different reasons. It was like, what could be the best version of Warzone on day one? It was like, that's the package.
Awesome. So we got a really interesting preview there of maps and modes coming to Warzone when Season 1 launches later this year. And that includes, as you said, Vondel and Ashika Island staying put for Resurgence, Plunder Day 1, and obviously the new big map in Urzikstan. But Ted, I'm curious, as I'm sure many of the people behind me are here today, Warzone ranked.
Ooh, yeah. Yeah, what's up with
You said it.
ranked in Warzone?
So all year long, we've had a great partnership with Treyarch. I think since we launched in Season 3 Reloaded, the feedback has just been incredible. It's been such a great experience to see people jump in.
Of course.
And we know that going into this new year of Warzone, we just want some time to kind of digest that initial feedback and that initial...
Let the map live.
Let it breathe. Let everything breathe,
all the
right?
systems, all the things.
Exactly. So we're excited to say that in early 2024, again, working with Treyarch, we're going to bring a brand new ranked experience into Warzone.
Nice.
But apart from that, lips are sealed.
Oh, I was going to try. I was going to try and pull a Stephanie and see what else I could get out.
Maybe
You know, I really like to dig
maybe
in
after.
there.
I'm sure a lot of people are over the moon about that.
Yeah.
I was actually catching up with TP yesterday, and he was telling me like how much like ranked Warzone has like helped, to like really give him more things to do in the game, right? Because when you're a competitive guy, you just like to get sweaty and play some ranked games.
Like my buddies and I, who I play with back home in the UK, like when we play, it's like just that constant. Let's get to gold. Let's get to plat. Let's get to diamond.
the climb.
Just push it.
I'm
And
your
it's for
Nixon,
everyone.
so I don't have to feel it.
Yeah, I'm actually top 250, but
Okay, yeah, we got a
It's
couple
right,
braggers over here. All right. Me, I'm dying on the train.
bottom 250.
Packing all my ammo mule. I'm out here with a couple gods, and I'm just getting finessed down the streets. Hate to see it. That is excellent, and I think that for a lot of people who really cherish that hyper competitive experience, that's around the corner.
Yeah.
Excellent stuff. Excellent stuff.
I love some rooftop gameplay, and I'm getting a good taste
The
of it
vibes.
here. I think
Getting vibes here.
I referenced your vibes on the broadcast.
Didn't
I said, oh,
back at the good.
Back in the
It's
good
locked
one.
and loaded, I think. Is it locked and loaded? I can't tell.
I see one attachment.
Okay, it's not locked and loaded.
Not locked and loaded.
Sad face. It's one of my favorites. So for anyone who doesn't know, locked and loaded is you start with a fully loaded AR, fully loaded SMG, full armor.
Full armor.
Which
So
is
it's
great for regame.
True 1v1, you keep the weapons.
Keep it all and you
keep
go
the
back into the
armor
map with it.
After, if you win the gulag.
Yes.
Absolutely wild.
When you win.
When you win. Yeah.
Specifically.
Okay, yes, I always win, so I win my ones. It be like that.
That is awesome stuff. But I also, with so much that has been shared, I can't help but feel like maybe there's just one more thing.
There's always one more
Is there
thing.
one more thing? I knew I was on the money with this stuff. There had to be one more thing.
There's always one more thing.
What do we have?
We should about 4.
following. Possible, so big kudos.
They each have their hands on Rebirth Island. And speaking of Rebirth Island, I think we're gonna hear some exciting stuff coming up next.
I'm over the moon. That seems exciting.
It's a mic drop.
Yeah,
I just can't drop the headset.
I know you can't drop the mic.
Does this flip?
Yeah. We'll have one more thing to do. A few more things to do, but oh wow. Well. First, before we do anything else, let's actually do one last check-in on the TCL Power Hour. See how many challenges were completed. Okay, so
We're still at 3.
We're still at 3. Wait, 4.
4?
Okay.
The
buyback on the
buyback. Movable POI.
I'm shocked we didn't get a breacher drone elimination. That just seemed like a gimme.
Yeah, it really did.
And the big game bounty, you'd have thought like someone here.
Yeah.
No.
You know what? It's all new gameplay this time.
They're all discovering it for the first time.
They're learning it for the first time, and so are the folks at home, and so more to come.
Yeah, that's right. Well, of course, we want to thank y'all for playing along, and as a reminder, for each challenge completed during the TCL Power Hour, a winner will be randomly selected. So what, I counted 4? I think it was 4 spots.
4, yeah.
So there you go. Look at that there. And that's going to be picked from all eligible entries for a total of up to 9 winners. Now, of course, to enter, make sure you tweet using the hashtags CodNext as well as hashtag TCLXCOD sweepstakes. Once again, TCLXCOD sweepstakes. It's very, very important to include that hashtag. Good luck to everyone, and I hope you get yourself an awesome TCL TV. But that, of course, was an amazing first look at Urzikstan and what players can expect from Warzone in the future. Ted, before you go out, I just want to thank you so much. You know, I told Kevin Miles earlier, just that passion, all the devs that have come up here, that passion for what you guys do, it bleeds through in everything and the way you talk about it. So thank you for sharing that love with us.
If I could say thank you to everyone at Raven Software, every studio that's been contributing this year. We're one big family, and this is the greatest privilege of my career to be here today with you. So grateful for you as well.
Thank you, Ted. It's awesome.
Yeah, well,
Can't wait to dive in.
We are definitely grateful to have you and all the devs here to talk about this amazing game. It's been such a fun time. But for now, though, let's actually head down to Maven, who's going to put a couple streamers on the spot in the hot and ready seat, presented by Little Caesars. Maven, who you got?
Thank you so much, Alex. I have Sally as a dog. You're going to be the Urzikstan Reaper. I got a feeling. What are you loving so far on the map?
The movement is great. The sniping looked amazing. But everything else was great.
What happened to the Gulag, Sally? Take me through it.
I got absolutely turned down by Smixy. Yeah, that's pretty much it.
It happens to the best of us. But listen, I know you haven't. You've been someone that's grinded a lot of Warzone. You've taken a step back kind of this year, not putting as much time. Is it feeling just a little bit of hands-on? Like, is the grind coming back? Are you going to be carrying myself and Merc on the map?
Yeah, I'm definitely down to carry you in my backpack. It's large. It's basically a duffel bag anytime, yeah.
So, what did you get with? Did you, outside the Gulag, loss? A bit of time with the sniper? A little time with the AR? Like, what
did, because when
so much time. Now let's take a look. Listen, he's got great legs too. But the chair, look at this thing. To actually be able to sit there. If you were to fit it, did you ask?
It feels comfortable, ergonomic, and stylish all in one. Yeah.
You're looking absolutely fantastic. Hey, Sally, it's been amazing. Excited to see what you're going to do this year. You're I believe he's down with Tommy.
Maybe I'm. If you were at home, tell the people supposed to feel like compared to
with improvements. And the sides of the map, there's not many dead areas, I'd say it looks like from what I've played so far. Obviously, it's a little early to say too much on it.
What are like your biggest overall takeaways, especially from the competitive side? I know there's people wanted to.
I mean, they're going to find out their own little ways to move and how to improve the movement on the map. But just off the base, it's so much smoother, nicer. You get around the map much quicker, so it's real good.
Fair enough. Tommy, thanks so much for stopping by. Enjoy the rest of the stream. And hey, with that, we're going to go back up to Miles and Lottie to give us their thoughts on, of course, what they saw with Warzone. But before we come back, we also have the Warzone mobile team. But of course, first, before we jump into all that, a quick word from our sponsors.
Call of Duty Next, brought to you by HyperX, the official peripheral partner. Inches, movement, the official time. 3. Go to nvmt.com/cod to see the limited edition watch collab. Backbone, level up your play with Backbone and Call of Duty. And Lovesack. Lovesack Stealth Tech is a proud partner of Call of Duty Next, bringing unparalleled immersive surround sound to your at-home gaming experience.
Welcome back to Call of Duty Next. We've just witnessed a full hour of all good, brand new Warzone action there on Urzikstan and much, much more. I don't know where to begin. We haven't got too much time to get through this one, guys. So, Lottie, you take it away from me. I'm going to put my microphone down.
I certainly will. Do you know what? I'm just thrilled, to be honest. I'm sure Ted was on the desk watching some of those interviews with anticipation, thinking how are they going to feel about it. You know, I've told them all this stuff on the desk, but, you know, how are they feeling about playing it? And the reception has been phenomenal so far. And I think none of us are surprised, to be honest. I think with the quality of life days, of course they're going to be happy, but for me, that is a huge, huge dub, and I love to see that for Warzone.
I mean, Lottie, think about it. If we just had a new movement, people would have been happy. We got a brand spanking new. So many new things, and I really appreciate Ted going up there and explaining all that in such good detail, because I learned so much about it. You know, got to play it for a little bit, and it felt absolutely phenomenal. There's so much we're going to learn as well once we get our hands on it. So Warzone seems to be in a fantastic spot, Allie.
No, really, and I know Golden Boy used the word genuine a lot, and for the devs especially to feel their passion. I was on Twitter a bit, and let me just say, or X, whatever we're calling it at this point, but I could feel the excitement from the community seeing it, like genuine, true excitement. And as part in the interviews as well, like to hear it from the creators and pros in Warzone themselves, like it truly looks at its base off of release, like in beta. It's going to be so much fun.
I know, beta's real close as well. I mean, this is the candy shop, and today we are all the kids. Very, very cool stuff. Can't wait. Really can't wait to get into Urzikstan properly, but we've got plenty of stuff to still get through today. So we've got all sorts of cool goodies to do. We've got lots of news. And for those of you wondering about how you can play MW3, PlayStation players next week for Xbox and PC players. You've seen a ton of great multiplayer content today. Play that and more over the next week. We've got tons of maps, all sorts of goodies. Get involved. It's going to be an absolute blast. Don't forget to check out the Call of Duty blog for more details.
Tons of details to make sure you're listening up to, including the fact that you guys can purchase and pick up Modern Warfare 3 GameStop and participating international retailers on November 10th to get a GameStop exclusive collectible steelbook while supplies last. See GameStop and participating international retail web pages for promotional offer details.
Woo! Well, we also wanted to mention once again the awesome hundreds. They've taken our collab between hundreds, and you have a chance to win one of these. There are 50 sets available. Follow at Call of Duty on X/Twitter, tweet #CodNext and #sweepstakes for a chance to win one of 50 sets of the Ghost Bomb collection. So follow the channel,
Tweet the hashtags for a chance to win a set of this awesome lineup. I've been downstairs, I've touched them all, and they're all a delight.
They are looking absolutely incredible. I can see some of you guys running those. They are fresh, to say the least. I don't know. I need to try and talk to some people at the back, use some of my contacts here, because I want to get my hands on that as well. It does not stop here with Call of Duty Next. Immediately following Next will be Code Bowl for you. Have it presented by USAA. Top Call of Duty team as a 100% of the net proceeds from the tournament will go towards placing more veterans into high quality jobs.
RF, go. Ladies and gentlemen. After that, we send it back down to the with a very special guest from the to give mobile world, as well as a very special announcement before we get to kick off that mobile gameplay. Stay with us. We'll be back. Call of Duty Next, brought to you by Little Caesars, a proud partner of Call of Duty Next and Modern Warfare 3. NVIDIA GeForce. Level up your Modern Warfare 3 PC experience with multiplying DLSS 3 and latency reducing reflex. Herman Miller Embody gaming chairs are being used at today's event. Check out Herman Miller Gaming's entire portfolio of products at hermanmiller.com/gaming. And Elgato, a proud partner of Call of Duty Next.
Hello, you beautiful gamers. Welcome back to Call of Duty Next. There's a lot of screaming and passion here in the studio, but let's revert back to where we actually started in the first place. 4 years ago, Call of Duty Mobile hit the scene and gave us the first taste of what the Call of Duty experience could look and feel like on a mobile device. To celebrate this anniversary, here is a look back at some highlights from the past 4 years.
I can't believe this skin on a mobile game.
Actual goosebumps right now. But before we start, I just want to introduce the very talented people in my desk right now. We got Shift right here alongside SVP and co-studio head of mobile, Chris Plummer. Welcome, Chris. How's it going? I've been talking to you for about a year now. The game looks honestly super amazing.
You know, it's hard to believe. You know, one that attracted 50 million installs. And more than that, it's actually, if you put it in perspective, it's like taking the entire population of the United States and Western Europe and combining it. It's unbelievable. We're welcoming Call of Duty into their mobile lives. As we look into year 4, we're really excited about all the new content coming. We have exciting new seasons. We have all new original content. And really it's going to be exciting to see how players engage with that and really cement Call of Duty Mobile as always being an important part of the franchise and really cementing it into the future.
And well, speaking of like time in general, right? You were talking about the future, but let's talk about the past for a tiny bit. Just about a year ago, you unveiled a new, but in many ways a really ambitious project in the form of Call of Duty Warzone.
So Call of Duty Warzone Mobile, it's now in limited release in some select markets. And it's really been exciting to see our early adopters get their hands on some of the things we talked about last year. Shared progression, cross-progression, shared battle pass with the console and PC titles. You can get all of that on mobile now. Call of Duty Warzone Watching players jump into those 120 player matches against real human opponents. We know humans are more fun to fight against than bots, and it's really been amazing to watch that at scale. Doing it on the legendary Verdansk map. I mean, we all love that map. It's been fun to see that play out. It doesn't get any better than that. We've also gotten a treasure trove of feedback. I mean, we get feedback from our community, from our team members, from influencers. It's been great to see that community feedback come through too. And, you know, we've always been committed to our things we wanted to say. So we're glad to be back.
We'll take a little peek behind the curtain. What are some of the big updates that we should be looking forward to?
Well, first off, the graphics are looking better than ever. Since last year, the game is now rendering at significantly higher fidelity. This is to make sure that you don't miss a single frame of the action. You know, there's more pop, there's more sizzle, there's a lot more fluidity, a lot more detail. And the team was able to pull that off on a it's actually saving over 6 gigabytes of data on your device, and that's thanks to Warzone Mobile's new caching system. So that's been great. The improvements don't stop. The team's also been hard at work on a lot of polish and improvements to everything. Feels, the responsiveness, and even the menu, so it flows really well. A great example of that is we now have the Gear Up menu. So from one tab, right. Yeah, it's awesome. You can check it out now.
Now, throughout all of what we just saw, last year with domination, what do you guys got cooked up besides Warzone?
Well, you know, it wouldn't be Call of Duty without multiplayer. And so, Warzone Battle Royale, which is kind of the backbone of the experience, we now have in Warzone really familiar maps for these frenetic battles. You can get in with your favorite map, familiar maps like, you know, Shoot House and Shipment, and it's all in there right now. And so you, in addition to Battle Royale, you can play MP. We even have the Shoot to Ship playlist, which is perfect for grinding out those camos, regardless of what platform you're on. You might be on the go, on the train, you know, go in, grind a camo out. It's really great.
I mean, definitely when you're talking about that cross progression, that is definitely one thing that we already saw last year in November. We were talking about it before we actually went here on the desk. Is a significant part of the game. And now we're seeing all of these features being embellished, being tweaked, really good and polished. But the question on everyone's minds, I gotta put you on the hot seat here, Chris. I have to ask, when is Warzone Mobile dropping and available for everyone to play?
Well, we know that's important. You know, the beauty of our limited release is it's given us a unique opportunity to see the true strengths and opportunities for improvement in the game. And over recent months, we've really discovered some just huge opportunities to make the game even better, and we took full advantage. I think what you will see today is that was time well spent. The game is now massively involved. It is advanced in every way since we showed it last time. And we just really have a few more things we want to polish up before we release around the world in spring of 2024.
So the big thing about this is, I know we pre-registered last year when you went through this whole thing, and there were a lot of cool exclusive rewards that came out with that. But the window is still open. People can still register today.
Oh, absolutely. You can still pre-register and order. Which is awesome. So if you have not pre-ordered yet, get out your phone. You should do it right. You got to get in on it because it's been like such a huge reaction. When we first announced our pre-order this event last year, we were the fastest Activision Blizzard or King Game excited, but then tens of millions more players piled in, and believe it or not, the audience has now gotten to this like mind-shattering 45 million pre-registrations. So you got to join the 45 million if you're not in it yet, and pre-register for free. And I just want to say, like, on behalf of Beanox, Digital Legends, Activision Shanghai Studio, and Solid State Studios, the entire development team working on this game finds it so motivating to see those pre-order numbers. We want you guys on it. It's so for us. That worldwide release announcement.
Coming on and kind of just giving us the front-loaded side of everything, but I know that's not it. The theme of the day has been there's always one more thing, or at least one more thing. Anything else kind of close and dear to your heart that you want to share with us today?
As a matter of fact, there's something that we want to disclose today. Yeah, I mean, what's awesome about Call of Duty Warzone Mobile is we really want to have this full experience, and now we have something that's a huge new addition to the offering that's combines sort of the best elements of Warzone Battle Royale with your favorite NP matches and kind of puts those together in one like amazing, combined experience. It's something that's actually familiar to fans of the franchise. You might even heard a tease about this from the Warzone section earlier today. But we are really excited to bring it to Call of Duty Warzone Mobile now. And so what we'll do is we'll give you a sneak peek of that, and then we'll get in for some hands-on frenetic gameplay action. So we'll take it away.
Yo! Rebirth kommer till Warzone Mobile.
Mic off.
We can't wait to drop in on Rebirth Island. But joining us now are some of the incredible minds behind Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. Welcome Beatriz Gonzalez from Digital Legends and Tom Hess from Solid State Studios. Thank you both for being here. I know it has been a long journey for you guys, but I just want to start with you, Tom. How are you feeling today?
Yeah, we're super excited. We've been working on this game for a long time, so excited to see people playing it, and yeah, really excited to be here.
How about you, B? How you feeling?
I'm feeling great. I think this is a great opportunity for us to connect with the players and SoCal with this amazing atmosphere that we have here today. So pretty good.
I gotta dig into the meat and potatoes here, friends.
All right.
Because you hear Call of Duty Warzone Mobile, but some of the gameplay that we just saw included multiplayer. But Tom, I know that's not it. You guys are working on the BR side, the multiplayer side, and so much more. What do you guys have cooking up?
Yeah, so first and foremost, we have Battle Royale, which is kind of the main staple. It is everything that players are accustomed to in Warzone Battle Royale. And what that means is we've got loadouts, we've got contracts, we've got kill streaks, we've got the buy station, and we even have the original gulag. So
yeah,
the players are gonna love it. Yeah,
that's so cool. I know that that's always been one of the things nostalgic-wise. People see the word Verdansk and they assume that it's gonna come with all the bells and whistles, and this time it sounds like it has.
Yeah, we've got it all, so it's exciting. Yeah,
sweet
stuff. Looking
stuff.
at the screen though, you can see how good the graphics are. Everything seems to be very much optimized. I remember playing this yesterday and it felt so different compared to the last time I actually played this game. And like what you already mentioned, multiplayer is already part of the game. You already know before the broadcast, what's your favorite game mode? For me, it's Hardpoint.
Yeah, so we are with every Call of Duty has to have the modes, so we've got that in multiplayer. We've got Team Deathmatch, we've got Kill Confirmed, we've got Hardpoint, we got Search and Destroy, and we got Domination. And then we're going to be coming out with new modes over time that I think players are going to love.
So tell me a little bit more here, because I know that there's so much bundled into all of this.
Yeah.
But again, I feel like we're approaching this as not a mobile game. Mobile Royale as well that you were talking about.
Yeah,
before.
we're really excited about that. That is a game unique to mobile players. It is for players that want a shorter session or are on the go, but still offers everything that makes Battle Royale great. So you get all the same features and mechanics from Battle Royale, but it's just at a little quicker pace, meant for mobile players. And we think it's going to be really exciting for that audience.
You already mentioned it a while ago that yes, we have so many new things, new modes in Warzone Mobile, but actually not going to be like.
Yeah, we're excited today to announce that we're going to have Resurgence mode in Rebirth. It's like the perfect mix of multiplayer, 100 to Call of Duty. We're playing it right now, and we're that so.
A lot of new things happening here. And one of my personal uniquely is the loadouts for all those different game modes. Can you tell me more about what features like Gunsmith will look like for mobile players?
Yeah, we have it all. So Gunsmith, you're able to unlock all the attachments you can in mainline. You can get do the camo grinding, unlock the camo. You can get the stickers. You can get all the different things to make it your own, customize it to your type of gameplay, and just go out there and have a great time with any weapon you want. So.
And on top of that, the 120 real players that was touched upon, that's not just like real players. That's already happening with the limited release.
20 players, yeah, it's great. When they take someone down that was a real player, Yeah. And so we think a win means so much more when you do it that way. So we're excited about 120 players.
And something that you have to deal with when you're actually going up against a 1v, how many players in this map who are, yes, real people, you need to have really good movement.
Yeah.
And one thing that stood out to me the most while playing Warzone Mobile was how accurate it was compared to Warzone on console and PC. So how was it like going through all of that?
Yeah, well, you're seeing everyone out here playing Call of Duty right now. And one of the things that is true about this all is that we are using a shared tech. And with that shared tech, we get all the great fluid movement, animation, everything that has become Call of Duty on multiplayers is in the mobile game. So right now, when you launch Call of Duty Mobile, you're going to see some of the greatest animations and movements throughout. Excited about that feature.
And I want to say, when we were looking through some of the gameplay, I saw a couple of vehicles smoking. So it's not just movement on the ground with boots. You guys added a whole couple of vehicle physics as well.
Yeah, we've taken vehicles to the next level. You can, take out the tires in a vehicle and disable it and then go in for the kill. Or if you just want to take out the vehicle itself and take out everyone in it, you could do that too. So it's up to you. A lot of different ways to play with those vehicles.
And guys, it's just, I think if anyone maybe missed the fact that we swapped to Warzone Mobile, they'd be like, wow, this still, like, what am I watching? This still looks like regular Warzone. The graphic fidelity is unbelievable, B, compared to last year on to like pinch my think there's no way this is a mobile game.
Okay, here.
There you go.
Okay. And there is another key thing here that contributes to this beautiful image that you're seeing, which is that dynamically, the fidelity, the core usage, a ton of things, so you can have like a is that now the users in Square.
Absolutely. I mean, okay, so Max.
Yeah, something like an iPhone 8 Plus, or you have like a Samsung. So we've been some devices 30 FPS to 60. So you know, and we are keep always working on performance. So we're trying to get as many people as possible to enjoy a very nice and smooth ride when they play the game.
Adult players must probably like hearing that statement. And you mentioned that there are settings to optimize a player's device. So to ensure the best possible experience, can you go into more detail on those?
Yeah, absolutely. So right now with the option of the graphics settings, we put the power in the hands of the user to choose what they want to prioritize for their device, right? So they have like a custom experience. Right now, they can choose between battery or graphics quality or performance, and in the upcoming versions, they're going to have more options to choose from. So we offer better granularity. And you know, regardless of what you try to choose to prioritize, we have put systems in place and new optimization, so you are getting like a much better session, much finer graphics, much better performance throughout more of your session.
It's just, I think a lot of people that maybe are traditional Warzone players, they go to update the game on PC, and it's like, this is going to take 3 hours to do. So how have you guys managed to deal with the capacity, the size, the things that come with, like, I only have a phone, how do I store this? Because, I mean, let's be honest, we assume we see the name Warzone, and it's going to be a huge file, but you guys have really combated against that.
Yeah, so we heard that this from the community, and if you go now to download it from the store, it would be about 40% smaller than it was a few months back.
That's unreal.
Yeah. So you can store more of your like cat, no problem.
Cat pictures.
Yeah, tell me about it.
I feel like whatever like you guys said today is just so valuable for everyone in the community to actually hear. So B and Tom, thank you so much for joining us. But right now, I feel like when it comes to everything together, polishing everything up, what are your final emotions leading up to it? I want to start with you, Tom.
Yeah, I mean, it's just been a lot of work from the team and what we've put into this game, and watching players today play it, watching other people be able to tune in and see it. It's really exciting for us. We're so excited of what we've built and what is yet to come. So
yeah, likewise. I mean, to me, hearing the excitement in the atmosphere here is super revitalizing, and it sort of reminds you what we're doing, what we do, right? And we do it for the players, and so we are very excited for this.
I think the craziest thing, again, for me, I kind of keep going back to the fact that this is just, it's so much more than just Warzone with the Battle Royale. I mean, if you could take a time to sell this product in your own words to those people that maybe have never touched COD Mobile before, how would you best frame it to somebody who has not gotten their fingers on a phone playing this game yet?
Yeah, I mean, it offers a lot. It offers, like I said, the Battle Royale, the Mobile Royale for the shorter sessions, the multiplayer, and we're just going to keep growing it over time. Yeah. So, it's a great, I think, addition to the franchise.
and it's just the beginning.
It's just the beginning.
Oh yeah, you already know that on my way home, I'm gonna be playing some Warzone Mobile on my phone for sure, since we are on a very tight schedule. There are times that I really want to play at home, I really want to grind Call of Duty on my PC, but I just don't have the time, so it's the perfect opportunity to actually bridge players who otherwise have never heard of mobile, doesn't even know that a tech like this actually is on screen. So yeah, it looks super cool right now. I mean, B, you already said it, it's optimized for people who have lower end devices. You could actually play this. It's actually amazing.
Yeah, absolutely. And what you said there about the space, I mean, we've done a lot of work on that area. We put like a cache system. We put, a high-res asset streamer. It's a whole, like a lot of work and a lot of care is being put into this game. So as many people as possible can enjoy it.
I think the coolest thing too is that even though you guys are going for the maximum package of being able to put all these great graphics into it, making sure that Warzone plays like Warzone, it's not out of touch with what a mobile gamer would want. The mini royale style of it, the mobile royale rather. I think that's a really cool way to kind of keep it authentic and organic to a mobile experience. Can you guys kind of talk to the decision-making process of being able to include all those extra puzzle pieces?
Yeah. I mean, when we look at play patterns of mobile players, it's different. You're not always just sitting down and playing for a couple hours. You just want to jump in and jump out, and we really wanted to make sure that the game had features and game modes that handled that. So, that's what we've got. But it's not just for, I think, mobile players. Even if you are a console or PC player, and you're on the go and you're not at home on your computer and you want to grind camos, jump on in. Like, it's the same game, right? So
I would beg to disagree.
Mic on.
Ja, det här kommer jag gibba lätt. Man kan ju spela det på emulator på datorn.
You could actually kind of say the same, but you brought up a really good point. The question is like, this is a really good bridge to have. The fact that you could play Warzone Mobile right in your hand, grind those camos at the same time. You can go at home, you keep reiterating it just because of how big of a deal it is, and it is just so unique to both of the games. But again, a question to both of you. Just feel free to answer here, because at this point I have so many questions in my head. So what makes it so unique? What does Warzone Mobile actually have compared to Warzone in general in PC or console?
Do you want to go ahead?
Go for it. I leave it to the experts.
I mean, we're a free-to-play game on mobile, and we've got both Warzone. We've got all the different game modes that come with that. We've got multiplayer, which I think is a big standout, and we've got mobile-only content, which you hear about more in the coming talks. But I think it really does a good job standing out as a mobile product against the other products out there. So we're excited about it.
My anticipations are just like, I don't know what to expect out of you guys next, because I feel like every time there's like a major content drop from the mobile space, it's like something completely groundbreaking to like what Call of Duty was before. Like even in the teaser after Christmas segment, seeing some like a reflection back to some of the streamers' reactions to camos and stuff like that. It's just unreal what you guys were able to do. Again, it's just, this is on a handheld device. Like, it blows my mind. So from someone who's not an authentic and normal into the space as a mobile gamer first and picking it up as kind of a side hobby, I mean, just, it's unbelievable what you guys have been doing, especially from the graphics side. That continues to blow my mind.
Yeah, that was our goal, basically, to blow people's minds and get as good as you possibly can.
I mean, we're already talking about all of these graphic things, and we're asking a lot of questions to our devs, but Shift, I have a question for you, buddy. I mean, because like, you've been playing this game, you've been playing COD in general for the longest time, and now you're seeing games like Call of Duty Mobile, you're seeing games like Warzone Mobile. How does it feel? Like, the nostalgia factor bringing back into this mobile games must be insane.
Yeah, it absolutely is, and I think the biggest thing in kind of seeing the reaction from, like, especially our normal Warzone creators is that they were watching over the shoulder of some of the mobile players that are here, and they're like, we've been asking for dance-style gameplay for so long, and I think they're going to get a lot of people like scratching it, saying, wait a second, the game looks this good, it's going to feel that good, and they're watching players move around like they used to. It's really awesome to see that bridge kind of surface and kind of get in between what was and what is now there. And that's always been kind of a staple for COD Mobile, and I think that's super exciting, especially from like the design element of where your guys' focus has been from the get-go.
Okay.
Yeah, definitely. When it comes to like the focus and all of that, right? It is important that when it comes to a game, how you're going to be able to get into it. Usually, mobile for a lot of the time, that could be the gateway for a lot of new gamers to actually get into COD, which is really something nice to see here. And I feel like we're on the opposite sides of the spectrum. You've been playing COD for the longest time. I'm much of a newer gamer, so for me, having both of these really being connected is really thanks to people like you to kind of just weave everything together to have such nice and solid gameplay. But yeah, it feels super great right now. We've been seeing a lot of optimizations. We're so happy with what we're seeing. The mobile community, they're absolutely pumped up behind me. But I just gotta say, I don't want to keep you here for any longer. Thank you so much, B and Tom. I mean, the gameplay is absolutely insane, and I already know that before we leave, we gotta see some more gameplay in here.
Yeah, thank you.
Thank you so much.
The other thing that's interesting about all of what we're going to be seeing through the Warzone side of it, you know, do you have any nuggets or tidbits of other things you guys are pulling inspiration from? Because I think the coolest thing for COD Mobile is like all the COD Reddit community always goes crazy when they see the BO2 maps coming back into play, but it's more than just that. So could we possibly expect to see Warzone Mobile ride the same kind of parallel lines as the normal Warzone client? Is that kind of where your guys' headspace is directionally?
Yeah, I mean, we wanted to introduce players to like iconic maps of Verdansk and Rebirth that haven't had the opportunity to play that. And so that's just the beginning. You know, now we have the whole franchise and everything that the franchise is doing to grow into and to add to the game. So it's going to get really, really fun. So
I know. We already are seeing a lot of the streamers have so many fun gameplay already. I actually made my rounds a while ago while everyone was doing their bit. I was checking in on every single one of the mobile creators, and they seem to be like they're having so much fun. The gameplay, like what you both already mentioned, is just super smooth, and we're just waiting for it in the spring of 2024. But one thing that she was always saying is that a lot of the creators that have never played Warzone Mobile or any mobile game want to transition just because they want to play the maps that they haven't before.
Right. Yeah, I mean, this is an opportunity for people that haven't been in those maps, that haven't had the opportunity to play Call of Duty before, to get into the franchise. And not everyone's got a console or PC that play games, but everyone's got a phone.
That's huge.
So
that is huge. Yeah. And it really is important for everyone else how accessible that actually is.
Right.
So yeah, again, let me thank you again for the nth time today, just because of your hard work and all. But yeah, B, Tom, thank you so much for joining us. You guys have been absolutely amazing. But now we are going to take a quick break from the desk to go down to Maven on the floor to get a read from the streamers on their experience so far playing Rebirth Island on Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. Maven, who's with you in the hot and ready seat presented by Little Caesars?
I've got Bobby Plays, and he is absolutely hot and ready. But listen, man, you've been a godsend for me because when I first started to get into the mobile side of things, and I went to commentate, I knew nothing. You kind of took me under your wing. What's been truly kind of remarkable and special for you seeing Call of Duty Mobile kind of develop over the years?
It definitely took a turn. Do I take this? Oh yeah. I mean, it was really cool for me because, like, as somebody that was super familiar with the mobile side but didn't know anything about esports, getting to go side by side with one of the all-time greats is just truly an honor. But it's been really cool to see how much has evolved on the mobile side, both for COD Mobile and now with Warzone Mobile on the way. I think there's a lot of potential, both for people that just want to chill out and for people that want to get competitive too.
Well, talk to me a bit now. I know you've had hands-on with the Warzone Mobile side of things, but like getting back to Verdansk and some of the stuff that you're seeing happening. And what the big thing now is going to be research, right? That you're getting into the smaller map?
Yeah, I had a chance to try tonight as well, and it actually feels phenomenal. I would say, it's surprisingly enough, even though it's the newest map, it feels better than any of the other maps right in Verdansk side by side. Those are like the two most nostalgic maps in Warzone history. So a lot of people are excited for that, and I think it's going to fit the pace of the mobile play style a little bit better as well.
I know you were involved in mobile a little bit like before Call of Duty, but like it's got to be kind of wild. I was one of the people that slept on mobile for a while because I didn't really play many games on my phone. So just thinking about, I guess, the potential number of people that are to reach, like when you hear them talk about it on the desk, it's got to be kind of like you feel like you're in a pretty secure environment, right? With how much stuff's been blowing up around you recently.
Yeah, it's been really, really cool to see how it's exploded. And they even highlighted, 650 million downloads for COD Mobile as well. So you got 45 million people that are just like sitting around waiting for Warzone Mobile to release. I know whenever it does release in spring, there's going to be so many people that are ready, sweating their butts off. So if there is an esports side of things, I think that's going to be really exciting as well.
Well, I kind of want to hear what's like your favorite parts. So I know there's a lot of nostalgia, obviously, with Resurgence, and when you take a look at Verdansk, but like, what's kind of a twist on it from the mobile side that maybe you really like? Is there something that's a little bit different just playing on the mobile end?
I think one thing we didn't really expect to see was some of the OG player maps that they've added in. So our expectation was that it would just be like different areas of Verdansk that they put into the map, but with the addition of Shoot House and Shipment, it's now like a perfect grind experience as well for people that want to level up their guns, level up camos, and for people that can now do it anywhere, anytime, like whether you're in an airport, whether you're in a car, like pull out your phone, pull out your controller, and you can hop in and get a few levels.
All right, last question for you. How'd it feel to be on interview in the hot and ready seat here, presented by Little Caesars?
I can't lie. I kind of feel like a king right now. This is the closest thing to a throne that I've ever sat in, so I feel like royalty.
Hey, buddy, I appreciate everything you've done for me and the mobile community. You're an absolute beast. Thank you so much for coming on a quick interview. But that's going to do it here for the Hot and Ready seat presented by Little Caesars. We're going to be headed, I believe, to a quick break, and we'll be right back.
Call of Duty Next, brought to you by HyperX, the official peripheral partner of Call of Duty. We're all gamers. TCL, play like a pro on the big screen with TCL Q-Class QLED TVs, up to 98 inches. Movement, the official timekeeper of Modern Warfare 3. Go to mvmt.com/COD to see the limited edition Watch collab. Backbone, level up your play with Backbone and Call of Duty Warzone Mobile. And Lovesack. Lovesack Stealth Tech is a proud partner of Call of Duty Next, bringing unparalleled immersive surround sound to your at-home gaming experience.
Welcome back to Call of Duty Next. We got two brand new guests here with us now. Dan Driver from Solid State Studios and
Mike Off.
Much for joining us. I gotta start with you, Al McGuire. I mean, your name says it all. You guys are so amazing at what you do, but how are you feeling leading up to this moment?
This is super exciting. Like, seeing everybody playing the game and just testing the new map for the first time. It's really awesome. So thank you for having us.
Of course.
We're excited. Yeah.
How about you, Dan? I mean, I can see Warzone Mobile already loaded on your phone on the desk. You ready to play some more?
Yeah, man, I'm locked and loaded. I always play as Nicki Minaj. I'm ready to drop in and bang, 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 bang.
I love that.
That was so good.
And pop culture reference galore. What the? Man, I might be out of here.
But Dan, I gotta pick your brain here. We got 250 people, and a lot of them are touching Warzone or just mobile for the first time ever. And I know for me personally, I call myself a two-thumb monkey. I put two thumbs on the screen, that's it. But you guys have a ton of customization for people that are either authentic mobile gamers or trying it out for the first time. And it's not even just fingers on screens, it's controller inputs, it's backbones, the whole 9 yards. How was that process kind of been built out for you guys?
Absolutely. I mean, we really want to meet the player wherever they are, right? So if you want to play with 2 fingers, 4 fingers, 6, 8, whatever you want, we're here for it, right? We've got a customizable HUD in-game where you can slide, resize any UI element that you want. That's your fire button, your ADS button, tacticals, lethals, whatever. You can move it, resize it, and do however you want. We also just introduced the FOV slider, which we're field of view slider, which we're really excited about, as well as the gyroscope. So if you're looking for better map awareness or kind of change in the way you can see around you, or if you're looking for Twitch responsiveness while you're sniping, you're set. And you can really just customize it to however you want. And yeah, also the cool thing is you can save those presets and share them with other players once you find a build that you really like.
That is actually really sick and super handy for a mobile player like myself. But you already mentioned it, 2 fingers, 4 fingers, 8 fingers. I'm gonna play with 20 and I find a device that fits all 20 of my digits. And I feel like that would be sizing a tablet, but kind of just talking about a tablet, are those supported as well? Because we did say that you can play the same accounts across different devices.
Yeah, absolutely. Tablets are totally supported. We know that that larger feel is really important for some of our players. Some of our streamers love playing on larger devices as well. And you know, like the FOV slider that I just mentioned, awesome when you're playing on a bigger device as well. We also, though, want to meet our players wherever they are, like you were talking about. So backbone controllers supported, console controllers also supported.
Yeah.
It's really about making the player feel the play however they want, wherever they want, whenever they want.
Dude, that's so sick. I mean, because that was my biggest headache. Like we were talking about with everyone before, you know, I kind of came from mouse and keyboard, and then I picked up controller, and then mobile came out. I was like, well, now I got to figure out how to do this all on a phone. But it's not even just the fact that you guys have customized the experience across multiple devices. I hear there's more to link the two different spaces together between mobile and the traditional Call of Duty. Would you guys work up for us?
Yeah, I mean, so, you know, Chris alluded to this a little bit earlier today, but the game is fully cross-progression with Modern Warfare 2, Modern Warfare 3, and Warzone. It has been since we started our limited release, which is awesome. You know what that means? Shared progression, shared battle pass, shared weapon progression, shared player rank, shared content as well. So we really want to make sure that if you're grinding on the way to school, if you're grinding at school, grinding at work,
we won't tell. Right? We won't tell.
It all counts. It all counts. And you know, we really listen to players in this realm, and really wanted to unify that cross progression experience. But you know, we also still are investing in the mobile player individual experience as well.
Yeah, and that's really key, because I feel like who maybe has never played mobile before will look at this and say, this is built for someone who wants to go backwards and play Verdansk again. But that's not necessarily the case. You guys have a ton of original content planned out. And I think people that may not be familiar with mobile, they're going to really open their eyes, I think, because you guys have created so many cool things in the past, and that's not going to stop now that it's Warzone Mobile, right?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, you know, we believe in a mobile-first design, and you know, it really all starts with our in-game HUD, which you guys can see on screen now, right? We've spent a ton of time making sure that all of the buttons are positioned for that first player in that moment when they drop in the first time, feeling really comfortable. If you come from a PC or console environment where you're used to a controller, we want to make it as smooth and COD feeling as possible. In, right? So we did that first. We've also introduced the Gear Up menu, another thing that Chris talked about earlier. This allows you to, in one simple screen, you know, choose what your weapon, your secondary, primary, your tax, your lethals, your calling card, your emblem, everything, all in one spot. And that really just gives you that opportunity when you drop into Rebirth to just be able to smoke the competition.
Yeah, I mean, speaking of Rebirth, right, Chris, B, and Tom basically alluded to this new mode and map as well. So Rebirth Island, iconic map in Warzone, right? And basically a fan favorite. Mario, what can you tell us about what the team did to bring it into Warzone Mobile?
Rebirth is really one of the maps that is most beloved by the players and our fan base, and also by our team. So we made sure when we were working on this map for mobile that no pixel was left behind. Like we really, oh yeah, hashtag no pixel left behind. It's really impressive how every single model, every single corner and building in the map was individually treated, respected. We really wanted to make sure that that experience that players know Rebirth for is also available in mobile. And we really wanted to bring this map to kind of have its own resurgence of its own, right? So on the mobile market. So we really wanted to make sure that the players can create their own epic moments in this map. We were going to have everything that you know of it. So the ships, you have the security area, you're going to be able to drop in the prison area and just like super quickly get into the action and then get out.
It's just super cool, I think, as we're watching everyone go back through it. I mean, we saw it in Verdansk first and foremost, but having Rebirth Island, I think that was another huge fan favorite. I think they're, you know, listening to Bobby's interview as well, you know, players have been waiting for this. And obviously, I'm sure you guys on your side have been like really hard to stay behind locked doors on it as well. What else do you guys kind of have like spurred up and ready to go in terms of trying to bring things like Rebirth and Verdansk and maybe other original content to the mobile space?
Yeah, we have a lot of content in this game, as you mentioned already. So everything that you know of from Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3, all of that content is also going to be available in Warzone Mobile. And we literally have hundreds and hundreds and hundreds of content for players to go through and progress. We don't stop there. We just not only have Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 content, we also have our own OG Warzone Mobile content. So right now we have more than 100 mobile unique blueprints and more than 30 mobile unique operator skins. So there's a lot of things that the team is really working on that we know that players love, so that they have a really unique experience in Warzone Mobile.
And I already actually got emails to get those unique skins. I got the Nikki skin already. Yeah, I did. I'm sorry,
I need to check my inbox.
I'm gonna hook you up with that. Don't worry, I got you. But when it comes to the skins, the maps, we kept on talking about it, and we're always going back to Verdansk. And many of the multiplayer maps are looking amazing in the latest limited release update. So how do you take the super well-known maps and keep them feeling unique and authentic on a mobile device?
Yeah, when we started working on the project and we knew that we wanted to bring Verdansk back, we really wanted to make sure it came complete. So every single thing is in it. Every corner of the map is still there, and it's all in the player's hands. Like, it really fits in a really small mobile device, creating some magic, like Beatrice and like Tom mentioned. So we're really proud of that. We really wanted to make sure that huge map was on players' devices, and also this means that what players can still enjoy their own strategies that they know Verdansk for, and also create new ones, because you have that all of that mobile first movement and content and controls. So we really want to make sure that's there. We didn't forget about the Gulag, so of course the Gulag is also there. You're going to be able to shoot in the showers and just like get out of it if you can. I'm always losing in Gulag. I don't know, guys.
No, same. Yes.
I saw, but it's super fun. And of course, we also have multiplayer, so multiplayer maps. And as mentioned, the guy in the throne, the king, he mentioned there earlier, we have Shoot House, Shipment. We're going to have more OG Modern Warfare 2 and Modern Warfare 3 maps coming in the next months. And of course, my fan favorite for me is Shipment. I don't know about you guys.
Yeah, same.
It's just crazy fun. So on mobile, we really want to make sure as well, and it's super fun. I also wanted to take a little bit of time to just appreciate all of the work that all of the teams in every single studio has done for this game. So as Chris mentioned, we have Beanox and Digital Legends and Shanghai Studios, and also Solid State Studios working really hard on this. But most of all, just say thank you to the fans. Like, everybody here, it's really amazing to see everybody just actually, playing the game for the first time, having fun at it, listening to their feedback, which is also super important for us as developers, and just taking it with us and making it grow together. So thank you so much, guys. Yeah.
No, seriously, it's just so cool to see the growth in just a year. I think that's kind of the biggest thing. And it was really funny. And I didn't need to sell Tommy on the game, but like we were saying, I was doing an interview with him, and he was right behind Bobby and the rest of the mobile guys, and was looking over the top, and he's like, "Wait, these guys are cracked!" Like, watching them fly around the map. And the thing about it is, I think that the people that are not mobile gamers can look at this title and say, I'm hooked, I'm addicted to trying to get more Call of Duty into my hand. Literally, you can do that with phone, tablet, backbone support. I mean, Dan, you're ready to go right now. Yeah. I think the only thing that we're waiting for is just a green light from one of the two of us. But I think that's super awesome. And I know that that's probably inspired a lot of what has gone through in the last year.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I've got my event, set up right now. I'm ready to hop into one of the mobile events right now and play. But it's really cool seeing all of our players come to life out here. And a lot of the folks playing in limited release now have been giving us tons and tons of valuable feedback. We talk to them all the time. We do in-game player surveys, and they've really helped us drive this game to be where it's at. We are bringing the mobile players what they want based on what they tell us, and we're so happy to be able to do that.
Honestly, the communication between players, devs, I have seen it, especially announcing it last year in 2022 in CodNext, the first one, and then being in the mobile summit. That is absolutely wild, where you got creators, basically a lot of the creators that I've seen now actually come together, give our feedback, and now doing it in a bigger scale in that limited release, and just basically making this game even better, more polished, eventually when spring does come, right, Mario?
Yeah, we're not done. Like, there's a lot of things in progress to make the game just feel better, look better, run better on all of those devices. And we have surprises for you guys that we cannot announce right now, but there's more. Don't even try. But there's a lot of surprises coming, and a lot of things that the teams know that the players need and want. So we're listening, and we're gonna make sure to keep putting all of our passion and all of our talent into making this game the best one in the world.
Yeah, I think the coolest thing, again, for those that, are really close to wanting to hit the pre-registration button or get involved with the early downloads, is the fact that the cross progression. If you are in the middle of your double XP over on regular Modern Warfare 3, but you have to go to work, have to take the train or whatever, you can hop right back on and continue building towards the progress. It's just such a brilliant thing. I remember when the regular Warzone did that initially, I mean, everyone was ecstatic about it. So now the fact that you can take it on the go, I mean, I might not ever get off of COD at this point.
Yeah. I mean, from the beginning, that's been one of our pillars. Just meet the players where they are. We know that it can be really hard sometimes to come home and grind out. That's the only time you've got. But if you're, with your friends and you just want to hook up and play one session at lunch, you can do that now. You can continue to grind out those camos. And it's also, the connected social element of the game. It's so easy on your phone to add your friend when you're at school instead of having to wait till you get home and connect, right? Just like, we just want to make it easy for you guys to play together, COD all day, every day, whenever you want.
Dan, you're really getting us to look into what your education was growing up. All this, you can play with your friends at school.
He's at work, always playing games. So.
I know, living and breathing COD. I love that. Basically everyone in this room. But I feel like since we keep just hyping up the release on spring 2024, I think you have to start pre-registering as early as now. Play limited release because you're basically getting and grinding the skins that you may otherwise not get if you do register. That's kind of the first movers perk that you actually get here. So kind of hyping it up a little bit.
Yeah, we're really excited about the spring launch. We're really working hard to make it, the best launch ever in the history of mobile games. So huge undertaking. And we want to make sure that once that happens, if players have been playing on Modern Warfare 3 and grinding their, their skins and their challenges and everything, they can just jump back in to Warzone Mobile, as Dan said, at school or whatever, parents' place, and enjoy it. So we really wanted to make sure everything is in there, and that is the goal.
Yeah. And to the 45 million who've already pre-registered, thank you. For the next 45 million, register now. The more people that pre-register, the more goodies we've been giving out. So keep going for it.
Yeah, and the accessibility, everything, it just makes it feel like it is literally full value Call of Duty just at your fingertips. That has to be a huge undertaking from your guys' side. So that's just an unbelievable achievement. Again, over the course of a year, it's hard for me to really put it into perspective because we watch it at afar so often that you guys get a chance to get on every single day and see all the different things that you're nitpicking away. It's really, really awesome. Anything that final thoughts? Most excited for as you've seen the gameplay start to evolve as the event starts to wrap up?
I'm excited about what players will do in Rebirth Island. I'm really excited about it. So we know that that's something that fans wanted in the Call happen, and we're also exciting a couple of until spring. Make sure that everything is top shape for it. So I want to say thank you to the fans and to everybody organizing this. By the way, your guys are awesome. So it's an honor, and
Mic on.
I'm excited about it.
Jag hoppar.
Yeah, I mean, I'm resurgence mode because when I play with these
looking to attract the lethals I've been planting. Trick a double tap, I'm picking out a landing. Cause I left you in the showers all alone. So